What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you work it and you had bad traits, you go to school and learn the golden rule. So why are you acting like a bloody fool? If you get hot, then you must get cool. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You put it on that one, you put it on your mother and you chuck it on your father. You chuck it on your brother and you chuck it on your sister. You chuck it on that one and you chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Nobody now giving no break. Police now giving no break. That old soldier man not giving no break. Not even your agent now giving no breaks. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
This program is sponsored by America's Most Wanted, here to take down all of your current fugitives. All around the United States, crime watchers, 1-800-ANONYMOUS.
Don't you know you're a human? Born of a mother with the love of a father. Reflection comes and reflection goes. I know sometimes you wanna let go. I know sometimes you wanna let go. Bad boys,
Nigga,
what you gonna do?
Nigga,
What you gonna do when you come for you? Bad boys,
Nigga,
what you gonna do?
Nigga,
What you gonna do when they come for you? You're too bad. You're too rude. You're too bad. You're too rude. Bad boys,
Nigga,
what you gonna do?
Nigga,
What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? You chuck it on this one. You chuck it on your mother and you chuck it on your father. You chuck it on your brother and you chuck it on your sister. You chuck it on that one and you chuck it on me. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
yo, what's going on, Conscious? What's going on?
What you want? What you gonna do? When Sheraton don't come for you. Tell me.
What you gonna do? Oh, damn.
Damn.
You're the partner in crime, nigga.
My bad.
I knock out.
What up, guys? What's going on?
So your spirit must have been in me heavy, like a real big piece of meat. Cause I've been calling Reckless you knockout.
Ooh, damn.
When me and Reckless be on the phone, I'd be like, knockout.
Oh yeah.
Well, we do talk on the phone a lot, so it makes sense.
Well, welcome to the panel. How's everybody feeling today?
Shit.
I feel awesome.
I feel amazing right now.
Now I know what's leading to knockout feeling amazing. But are you gonna make a formal announcement at some point, Mr. Knockout, or you gonna
I might keep it in the moderator chat, but I don't know. I'm still debating on it. I'm still debating.
Yo motherfucking ass. After all I said to you, yo motherfucking ass.
It's well, conscious because I'm exercising my options still, I guess. But yeah, but for the you know what I mean, for like the time being, I have what I have. You know what I mean? Like I'm conscious. I'm low key kind of being a free spirit in a way.
Oh, so you're a whore.
And
okay, but that kind of confuses me. You know why?
God.
We gonna talk.
Yeah. Okay.
How you doing, Reckless? The people don't know that you just had the back of your teeth removed because you had a hot deep throat summer going on.
Shut up, bitch.
Honey, and it dislodged some of your teeth, girl. How you feeling tonight?
That is not true. But however,
on that overcame, baby, they got you on that hot and icy, hot and spicy oral gel.
That is not true. Now I did have a tooth extraction, but that's not the reason why. But however, I'm feeling good. You know, I got my meds over here. So, baby, if you see me over here popping these bad boys like it's Mentos, we all know why.
This our party, we can do what we want, baby. Ain't Miley said everybody want to do a line in the bathroom? Get a line to the bathroom.
And keep in mind, too, I'm over here chewing on one side of my mouth. Got to use part of my mouth. I'm like, girl.
Lord, Father God, please, y'all pray. Luckily, the Black Holy Ghost did deliver that throat spirit off of Reckless, so he has been delivered. Okay, but you know, sometimes when you done took your body through so much whoring, your body still got to pay the price, even though the spirit has been liberated. So you know, you just got to deal with some of the injuries he required as an old promiscuous honey. Well, we are here for Bad Boys Season 1, Episode 6, faithfully. Did everybody get an opportunity? So before we get into the details, honey, anything that y'all want to say before we get deep off into this thing? Any disclaimers y'all want to?
Regarding the episode or just anything at all?
The episode.
I'll stick to I do not like Milan even more. Now, I didn't think it was possible, but yeah, I really don't. I don't. Yeah, no.
I don't like Milan. It's official. I try to give him a fair chance this season. And Kerrion, I'm gonna get into Kerrion too. But
you don't like Kerrion?
Tad bit. What happened?
You don't like Kerrion?
No, I like Kerrion, but I need for him. We gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it.
So I want to issue a disclaimer, you guys. No matter what y'all hear tonight, no matter what gets said about Kerrion Franklin and Milan, Cuban Ciccone, and Christopher, I just want to let y'all know we are definitely not haters. I just want that to be clear. No matter what y'all hear tonight, how much of y'all hear, baby, I can guarantee y'all we ain't haters. Period. Okay, so let's run this old nasty piece of intro. But before we do so, you guys already know what I need y'all to do. I need y'all to thumbs up this video, please. You guys know that this helps with YouTube's algorithm, girl. It helps YouTube to recommend and suggest the videos and the content, the platform, and all that GS, girl. Okay, if you don't do it in the beginning, do it in the middle. Do it at the motherfucking end. If you catch the replay, baby, just get these thumbs up, and girl. This is how you can directly support the platform. Also want to shout out my PayPalers and my Cash Appers. Thank you guys so much, girl. Y'all know the coin is going all the way back into the biz. Matter of fact, you guys remember when I was telling y'all that I have a teacher teaching me how to do thumbnails? Well, that would be Mr. Reckless Logic, who is so superb and amazing at thumbnails. He's been doing the thumbnails for the Bad Boys review, and I'm just so thankful that out of all of the bonds and all of the light bills that I done paid on his behalf, girl, that he can, just pour back into me for once, girl. Finally we on a reciprocal level and everything. I'm gonna mute him, girl.
You muted yourself.
CTV, you see
Stop
TV.
it. You muted yourself.
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Girl. You're still muted.
Well, guys, I'm gonna start the show. I'm CTV. No, I'm playing.
Exactly. This bitch over here still muted.
CTV, you muted.
Oh, you know what? I thought I had muted stuff on.
Yeah.
My wand hand getting weak, girl. I've been using it too much these days. I gotta let it power back up, hoodie.
You gotta stop beating dick.
That's true. It's very true. Speaking of dicks, episode 6 opens up with, of course, girl, roll over knuckle sandwiches, girl, from episode 5. Christopher Milan and his BBL are still traversing the parking lot, girl. He is pressed. He ready to tear off all of the goddamn dread extensions in Kerrion's head. Y'all, what was y'all feeling about just things continuing to escalate between Mr. Kerrion and Christopher? Reckless? And we're gonna get into the fashion show, but we're just dealing with the parking lot and all that right now.
Milan was doing the most. Only because simple fact of you started it, then you got the energy back, then however this bitch, and then however the whole thing is that when everything went south, all of a sudden you want to claim, oh, he did this to me, he did that to me, yada yada yada. But however, for people like myself, I see you for your works. All you're doing all this for camera time. You're doing all this for camera time, which is the reason why. And remember, I said earlier, Milan knows what he's doing. He's been on reality TV before. He's a veteran compared to the other newbies when it comes down to reality TV. You always insert yourself, no matter it's good, bad. You always want somebody to feel some type of way about you. Which means that we can all hate him, but however, that means that he actually has an impact on the show. Because bitches are gonna remember him and hate him, or remember him and love him. So that's basically what he's doing. I'm not mad at it, but however, I just need him to come clean. Just come clean. Like you're putting on a show. You're saying that I'm from Chicago. I'm from this. I'm from that. Calm it down, because you're the one that started it. That's it. And Kerrion, I'm not mad at Kerrion in this instance, only because he's only reacting to how Milan is sitting up. My bad, Crystal Ball is gaslighting him. So
okay. I got some questions for y'all too after knockout. What did you think about all this huffing and puffing going on in the parking lot between Kerrion and Christopher Milan? Kerrion can't even feel comfortable getting in the van.
Why the hell is Kerrion always getting hit by somebody? Like Kerrion stays getting smacked and getting hit, and okay. Milan is for one, for how big he is, and for how much he's talking about how I'm from Chicago, I'm from the trenches and all that. For you to run off the bus and hit somebody in the back of the head is kind of, not player. But I mean, look, I'm not expecting him to really be like a fighter like that, because none of them really are. Like even Kerrion, and honestly, this is my other thing too. Why is Kerrion not doing nothing back? Like he never gets a chance to like actually fight back. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody hits him, and then everybody else is holding Kerrion back as if Kerrion did something. And I'm not trying to say like I feel sorry for the dude or anything. It's just like seems like he's not really getting like he doesn't get a fair shot ever. And I know Gutta was like really coming out because that like that's his man or whatever. But
Period.
it's
That's
like
our man knockout. Correction.
and so, but Gutta had a point, when he was like, who like why wouldn't you just square up with him, and like if you really had a problem, you know what I'm saying, and handle it that way? Why would you just run off the bus full speed at somebody? Like that's not.
Hold on. We ain't gonna get to that part.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's gonna be another. Like we're gonna get there though. We just dealing with the parking lot. And this
He
well,
was one of those.
let me ask you this question then, Knockout. Do you think that Kerrion is not getting a fair one, or do you think that it might be that Kerrion is only acting like he wants to fight, but is really not interested? Because I think he's had plenty of opportunity to swing back, to swing first, to to get a little quick one in, and to Reckless's point, it seemed like he's just more interested in doing all this yabba dabba doing.
I mean,
what you think about that?
If it's me, I'm going into not even going to the house, like just seeing how the house and how people conduct themselves, and seeing how there's been multiple fights already. I'm gonna be like on my P's and Q's, because I'm gonna think at some point somebody's going to try me. You know what I mean? Now does that mean you have to fight? Like, nah, of course not. But Kerrion does come off like, okay, wait, we're still in the parking lot, so
yeah,
this is after the studio.
Yes,
it's after the studio, and
they already had
the fashion show. This is
right. So
before they get on the bus to go to the fashion show.
I think the studio, they were having the like little altercation. Well, not little, but they were having an altercation or whatever. And Kerrion, it's like the way that he was speaking was like, oh, well, we can catch the fade and we can da 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 and da da da. And it's like he's really trying to come out with this LA personality, but it's like, well, if you're gonna do that, then you gotta be ready to fight when people want to catch the fade. You know what I mean? Like that's not just words. That's not just something cool to say. Like you got to actually do something. But that's I understand not everybody's a fighter, and I wouldn't expect everybody to be fighting like that. But maybe he needs to get Gutta to teach him or something.
So to that point,
no. What they need is Jonathan.
And Jonathan is finally on his way, but that's an episode for another Sunday. Eat some of the snatch wigs, literally out your motherfucking scalp. So I have criticized the Olsen twins and criticized Anthony for they do a lot of this. My whole thing is I don't know why people can't be themselves. So if Kerrion knows he's around a bunch of ratchet motherfuckers who will resort to violence, and violence ain't something that is necessarily his fighting tool of choice, then why not just act like your authentic self under those circumstances? Because he pulled a bunch of like fugazi moves throughout this episode, which we will get into. So I'm just like, I don't understand why people who talk shit to somebody who they know gonna hit them be doing like all this, like that's the smoke they want, and then to y'all point, get chewed up, get ate up. And I'm just like, how about let's just not do all of that then? You can't do all this. I'm a gorilla. You ain't willing to die for that. You ain't willing to. And it's just like, just be a nerd about the altercation, girl. Like, start reciting the alphabet, girl. Start doing calculus, girl. Like, start, like, fight his ass with an IQ. Like, start doing some like MC, like MC equals square type shit, girl. Like I just don't like when people are not being themselves. Like, I don't like posers. Like, just do you. If you not that kind of girl, just, it's okay that you're not that kind of girl, but trying to be that kind of girl can put you in a position with girls who are them kind of girls, and then you get rocked not being that kind of girl. That kind of girl ends up on the concrete, ends up with a bloody mouth. So just like, it's okay to not be that girl. Kerrion just need to not be that girl. Now, something else that stood out to me that, and maybe it was just me, and the Conscious crew gonna know what I mean. Did it stand out to anybody else that during the studio argument and during the argument in the final scene that Kerrion has repetitiously called Milan out for touching him inappropriately?
No.
Yeah.
Has continued to bring up, nigga, you violating me, you touching 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 me. And something that was interesting is that Kerrion, you know, a big part of his controversy has been his claims, allegedly, about his father.
Mm-hmm.
And so it begs the question to me, is there truth to these things, or does Kerrion resort to saying these things as a way to like leg up or to have one up in an argument? Because unfortunately, there are people who do sick stuff like that. If they feel that they can't beat you on one level or another, then they will try to say the most egregious thing they can say in order to send like that shockwave, which represents to them like that uppercut and that KO. So do y'all think that Milan has been coming on to Kerrion, as Kerrion has been alleging, even though Christopher Milan has been like, he's a bum, he's not my type, I would never, he's a dusty, he's a simp, boom, 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 boom. What do y'all think about him making those claims about Milan?
When you give people a gift of your phallus, I would take that as coming on to me. Even if I'm straight and you're homosexual or whatever, I would just think that like you're coming on to me. Now, as far as like touching him on touching him on wanted though, again, Kerrion kind of, I hate saying this, but he did leave himself open with that whole situation with Mula and Kurt, to where it's like, I'm not gonna say everybody's like questioning his sexuality, but I think putting it out there that he was like might be low-key into men, then that gave Mula like the key to like, okay, well, let me go ahead and try, or let me go ahead and test it out and see what's up.
You mean Milan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're saying Mula?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Milan. Yeah, Milan. But okay. I'm saying Mula did instigate the whole situation with Kerrion having to come out. Therefore, maybe some other people in the house getting a different perception of Kerrion than what he wants to put out. Because even with Gutta, and I think this is the last episode, you know, he was like, so what's up? Like, what is this? Right? That was last episode.
Yeah.
And Kerrion was like, oh, well, we're just cool. We're just friends. So I don't want to say like he's trying to mislead anybody or anything, but I think that everybody's perception is kind of like up in the air about Kerrion right now. Or at least was.
Okay.
So that's, I think for sure, Milan was like trying to get at Kerrion, and Kerrion really wasn't like, I'm not going to say having it, but I don't know. And obviously this had to been like behind the scenes or off of the camera, because I haven't really seen any advances.
Yeah, that's what Kerrion said in the studio, that the next time you touch me off camera, I'm gonna slide your ass. So apparently this is stuff that's happening in the off time. But it's just weird too, because of Kerrion's, you know, history with those type of allegations, and rather he has a pattern of saying things like this about people when he needs to one up them, or rather there be truth to it. Because it's just interesting that he also is claiming that Christopher has
the whole thing about like trying to touch him like with the family stuff, I can resonate, and I can for sure say that like Kerrion, I would go as far as to say would definitely get tired of that, because who wants somebody constantly bringing up your family dynamic or like what happened with your family and they don't even know like what's going on really behind closed doors or whatever. Even though there is like a lot of stuff that is public, they don't know necessarily like the gravity of everything. So I think it's completely out of balance to be talking about it, but people do that. It's unfortunate.
Okay. Reckless, like, what do you think about?
I'm kind of 50-50 with it.
Mm-hmm.
Only because I do feel like a part of me does feel like he said it as a dig, as he do it again, I'm gonna fade you. Do it again, I'm gonna fade you. Because the thing about it is that you didn't say it, you didn't mention it or make a big deal about it until y'all got into it. And then on top of that, Milan said, no, my bad, Crystal Ball said that he looked homeless, dusty, etc. But one thing you do have to realize, and I said this on my video, they're isolated from civilization. I know people could just say, they could just get up and just go other place. But the thing about reality TV is that they have to, well, from the interviews that I hear from reality stars, they have to get permission from different organizations, restaurants, clubs. So basically they just can't get up and go. So 9 times out of 10, they're stuck in a house. So the whole thing is based off that logic. The whole thing is that I've been in a situation where I have been separated from civilization and I've been stuck in a group with niggas. And the thing is about it is that after some time, I've seen people where in the regular world, there'll be like a 4 to you. But however, when you've been there for so long, they begin to start look like 8s and 9s. So only God knows. Only God knows. So I'm kind of 50-50 with it, and be honest with you.
Okay. QT1 posed an interesting question. She said, how do y'all feel about Cuban Zirconian weaponizing Kerrion's mental health?
Trust me. I thought I was gonna wait till we get there because I was not messing with that. That was low blow.
When did that happen? Because I kind of missed that part. It happened.
Okay. That happened at the end. No, that happened at the end.
Okay, so we can save it to the end. Then we can save it to the end.
No, definitely gonna get to him.
So all this is going on, girl. Finally, they start to travel, girl. Parking lot scene adjourned. Clearly, girl, the jury turning green at this point, girl. Everything is melting off. Milan is having, 120-degree ass fever, girl. He don't know what to do with himself, girl. And it became a consensus amongst the group when this infamous thing happened. So before we get there, the group dynamic. This is what I don't understand, is why nobody had Kerrion's back. It appears that Milan is the one who became the aggressor at the studio based upon just some of his responses, using profanity, like doing the most when all Kerrion was trying to do is come up with an alternative to saving the track, aside from them trying to figure out what other professional they can get in here to do that. Like, what can we do for ourselves in the meantime, in between time, in case it come down to that. So I don't know why nobody is checking Cuban Zirconian. Why is nobody checking him? Why is nobody, especially Anthony? Now, I like Anthony. He was one of my favorites initially. I'm starting to see that he's a punk ass, fake ass, well-dressed bitch, but I like him. And he has a habit of being passive aggressive and kind of like agreeing that Milan be on his bald-headed whole shit, but never takes the opportunity to actually tell Milan what needs to be told. And neither are the rest of the guys. So I don't know. And I gotta apply that pressure to Gutter too, because Gutter is the other closest person to Milan. I mean, to Kerrion. And Gutter on the low really don't like Milan, because I be catching all his little snarky, shady ass comments as it relates to Milan, especially in his confessional. So I want to know, between Anthony being close to Milan and also not really liking Milan either, and Gutter being close to Kerrion, why neither one of them? Like, Anthony, why you not talking to your friend and being like, yo, no, the way you handled that shit was straight up ghetto. Like, you actually owe him an apology. yeah, all the crazy shit that Kerrion said was inappropriate. It was out of order. It was Team 2 merch, but you were the aggressor in this situation. Like, nobody is saying that. Straight niggas, the gay niggas, even the only Olsen twin left is on mute. So why y'all think nobody is checking Milan? Because on one end, everybody in the house is just like, girl, this is team independence, girl. Milan don't run the girls. But clearly, when you can't say what you need to say to a bitch, that bitch is running the girls. So reckless. Like, how did you feel about nobody seemingly jumping in this to be like, Milan, you ain't have to do all that. Like, you literally all over that boy's toes, and all he was doing was just trying to be helpful. What's the?
It was kind of pissing me off, only because I felt like if somebody would have jumped in, it probably would have. I would de-escalate the situation in a sense, as in him and Kerrion would have stopped getting into it. Because someone had been like, okay, I understand. Like, be honest. Okay, with me, I probably would have stepped in and be like, okay, I understand all the stuff going on, but and this was going on. Y'all probably don't understand it. Y'all just come back and y'all have a conversation about it. However, pull them to the side. But the thing is, I just feel like they should have said something. Because the thing about it, if you're feeling that way and you see it in front of you, say something about it. So I don't know, girl. I don't know.
How you feel about a knockout? Like, do you feel like the house should have been more vocal?
Yeah. Oh, look, I said since the beginning, I thought Anthony was a little fucking. I'm sorry. Anthony gets on my damn nerves.
Oh, you know that you can give it up on this platform. You can give it up.
Anthony's a damn bitch ass instigator. That's all he is. That's all he does is instigate shit and talk shit and I don't know why he did that. Nigga, what?
I don't know.
Fuck you mean why he didn't? Oh my god. I don't know. Anthony B. But he's been like that since the beginning, even since the whole room thing situation with him and Milan. And after that happened, I was like, oh well, Anthony's not about shit. And then the Olsen twin is not gonna. The white girl ain't gonna do nothing or say nothing.
White girl.
So my whole thing was with Milan being and we said this the last review, that him and Anthony were constantly trying to, like, it was like this little under the table competition to see who can be the, like, quote unquote alpha.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, of the house, like be like top dog, I guess, or whatever. And I believe that Anthony is kind of wanting Milan to sabotage himself in a way, so that way he can become like the
outsider.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest with you, it's like, while I'm saying that, I'm asking myself, well, what benefit would it serve to be like, quote unquote top of the house? But you got to think, most everybody in the house is trying to get their clout up, like they're trying to get their name and their image and everything out there. So it's like Anthony, and I was talking about this with with my girl while we were watching it, that the like Anthony, we've never heard of Anthony as like a club promoter in Houston or like a club owner or anything like that. Like he's not really like a big name or anything like that. Like I think out of everybody, maybe it's like Kerrion and I guess Milan that might have, like, I guess the biggest names. But
I think he has a bigger name in the like in the gay scene, in the queer scene.
Definitely. So it's not really the same. But my thing is, though, like Anthony and everybody else except for Gutta, I would say, have this thing to where it's like they want to see everybody else kind of like self-destruct. And they don't really care like what happens after that. They're like, oh well, whatever. Because Anthony could give a damn about what happens to somebody, as long as he's he's good.
He's a follower, bandwagon ass bitch.
Yeah. I do not like him.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
I just feel like the house should have been more vocal. Because like you said, for one, we know Twilight ain't gonna say nothing. We know Dylan ain't gonna say nothing.
But speaking, speaking to Twilight, because I was gonna Desmond in the comment said Beeman Damon, Mick Holmes said that Justin Bieber is very problematic. I like his quiet. It's not very problematic. I like his quiet presence. I hope he comes back for season 2. He ain't doing shit. He brings nothing but a scar on his face to the show. Like he's literally had nothing going on. But on top of that, I'm surprised more so at him because he was somebody who was defended. He was someone who was kind of like being bullied, wrongfully attacked, and maybe that's why he won't check Milan because Milan saves his ass. But at the same time, like you got to stand on principle, not stand on person. And you know what it's like to be instigated into an altercation. You know what it's like to be in this position. So I would expect if anybody to be like, yo, like Milan, you the one who stood up for me. Like how you came out, Kerrion, you were the aggressor in that situation, bro. Like you owe him a fair. My bad, bro. But go ahead, Reckless.
But now to the whole thing talking about Dylan, aka Twilight. Yes, if that was the case, I would love his presence and stuff too. But however, let's go in a little time capsule. He was the one trying to fight Miss Ass so big like the son Williams. And then on top of that, he is still currently in his confessional talking big shit as if he's really about that life. So I would have liked it if he did 100% be who he really is. But however, in the confessional, he still gives it up like he's just this big bad blah 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 type of girl. And it's like, I just know as soon as they I guess someone checks you about the stuff that you say, you're gonna be running the other way. So that's one thing with him. Now, honestly, I don't expect Dylan to say anything. I don't expect Twilight to say anything. I don't expect Gatekeeper, aka Mula, to say nothing because he doesn't like Kerrion, and he's okay with
No, but this is my issue with Twilight. Twilight was literally in a confessional talking about, what Christopher Milan did, like with some pussy hole ass shit. He should have never ran down. And it's like, girl, what is? But look, in this scene, bitch, you made sure to be facing Christopher Milan because you didn't want him to accidentally drop kick your ass out of the side window. So, girl, don't even be like, and this is what I'm talking about. Be yourself. Like, I thought that, like, Darrell done made y'all mayonnaise again. Just say mayonnaise. Like, I don't know, like, where all this, like, this is really not me energy coming from, girl. Like, it's y'all, this is not what y'all giving. Y'all not giving it. So don't y'all don't give this when it's necessary to give it. Y'all give it when ain't nobody around, when it ain't no cat to save out of a tree, when it ain't like no old lady to save out of a burning house, girl. Like, y'all do all this when it literally does not count. What is really going on?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like out of all the people that had the potential to say something were either Darrell, which I do believe was about to happen at the end, but however they ended up fighting. Gutter had the potential to say something, and also Curtis. Them three. So,
well, let me ask this. So, Conscious asked a really good question as to why the house wouldn't say anything, but why wouldn't who's close to Kerrion other than Gutter?
I would say Darrell.
Really?
I
Okay.
would actually apply some pressure to Curtis too. I mean, he seems to be trying to be a peacemaker, but it's just like you said a lot to Kerrion. I don't understand why I don't know why anybody is allowing Milan to get away.
Well, this is my thing. And I guess devil's advocate, but why wouldn't Gutter explain to Kerrion you can't keep going on the way you are because you're not about that? And Gutter has stated that before, though. I could have sworn about Kerrion, like you're not a rah type of person. So it's like, why not just have that conversation with Kerrion? Like, hey, look, I understand like you don't want to be disrespected and everything, but maybe like going about calling out people for fades or for fights or whatever and challenging people and shit, maybe that's just not your thing. Like, maybe that's just not what you should do, because when somebody comes and rushes you in the back of your head, I'm not going to be there with my 56 inches to come and help you out and strangle this motherfucker.
To be quite honest, that let's just also keep in context. That's not really a That's not really an easy conversation to have with a bitch that already has the persona of what you guys are trying to fix. So only God knows what just might come out of the bitch mouth. And next thing you know, gutter has to go upside his head. So only God knows. Like I probably would have put him off camera or something like that, then had a conversation, but only God knows. I think that's a tough conversation to have. Especially it's like, yeah, y'all been in the house, yes, y'all close, however. Yeah, still just kind of met. Now, if this was like your friend over 20 years, you'd be like, bitch, come here. Girl, that's not you. What you doing? So I don't know.
I think that Gutter low-key, like, ain't say nothing because he kind of, like, want to see what Kerrion is really made out of because he's turned on by toxic masculinity in a damn way. So I think he's low-key, like, hoping that it'll just come out of Kerrion because he'll definitely be sucking in bobbing on that banana, in that when that happens for shizzle. Now they get to this motherfucking fashion show, girl, with no lights, and Milan decides that he's going to Flavor of Love season 2 reunion boots right down up on New York, honey, and sneak him. I'm gonna tell y'all the only reason why Milan did this. Because to Gutter's point, bitch, you could have hit this nigga in the parking lot. Y'all could have had emptied out the clip. Y'all could have had handled all this. Boom, 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 pow, 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 pow. The only reason Milan ran down on Kerrion at the show was because he wanted to be seen by as many people doing so. This was about his ego and him doing something that let everybody see that he was the baddest bitch in the building and the baddest bitch on the cast. This was about creating a spectacle and showing how ballsy and badass Milan can be. So he strategically chose, like a true opportunist does, like he been this whole time, this moment. When he saw the cameras, when he saw the set, when he saw the scene, when he saw the pull up, when he saw what it was given, he was like, oh, perfect opportunity, honey, for Christopher Milan to set it off and be the talk of the night and also be the baddest bitch in the motherfucking room. What do y'all think about Milan running down on Kerrion at this fashion show that was for charity, for God's sakes? Charity! His friend was just like, girl, what is you doing?
Well, I'm about to go on a small little rant, but however, the whole thing is that I just might go a little bit ahead of myself, but however, don't worry, I will repeat myself. Here's my thing with Milan. You are 100% right, and forgive me, I have a cheese puff in my hand. You are 100% right when it comes down to him. He was very strategic about the way that he did things because of camera time. Because even when they pulled his ass away, he was, I'm from Chicago, I'm from this, I'm from that, doing all those things. But as in the following next day, we get information from Moolah basically said that fucking car ride was 45 minutes long. So you mean to tell me you was mad for a full 45 minutes just because you and him had a goddamn conversation? And then on top of that, you go, keep in mind, I'm gonna go a little bit ahead, but I'm gonna repeat myself when the scene comes. Then you go and apologize to your host, to the host, aka your friend, talk about I did not mean to do that. But that wasn't sincere because you can't sit up here and lie. It was planned. It was planned. You meant to do that, which is another. And please, and keep on top of that. I'm not finna sit up here because even if Milan actually beats Kerrion up, I'm not finna sit up here and give him brownie points. Because the whole thing, the only reason why you're doing stuff like this is because as we all know, let's just call a spade. Kerrion's not a fighter. He's not like that. But this is the reason why I want Jonathan and her to get on, because it's going to actually show Milan's actual like where he actually stands. Because I'm like, you doing all of this stuff because you want to be, you're doing it for attention. You sit up here sneaking people because you're not sure if you're gonna be able to beat them head on. You did this to Curtis, you did this to Kerrion, you did this to Darrell, and then the whole thing behind it is that now when you have somebody, and keep in mind too, you went head up with Kerrion, but keep in mind he's not a fighter. So even if you do beat him up, what brownie points do you get? But however, when the whole thing happened, when Jonathan gets in the house, next thing you know, you calling somebody else to come get her. And then on top of that, you send your son. If you're the gay father or the gay mother, why would you send your son to go fight your battle? What sense does that make? Especially if he's smaller than you. Why would you do that? That don't make no sense. Oh.
Christopher Milan is built like bubble wrap on steroids and had the nerve to run down on Kerrion, who can't be no more than 170 pounds, soaking wet, and then ran down and sneak hit the most non-fighting person in the house on top of that. Like, that was just an L, baby. You about 4 times the size of Kerrion, girl. Like, Kerrion can actually shoot himself in selfie mode, bitch. You gotta shoot you in widescreen, in portrait, girl, in landscape, bitch. You gotta shoot yourself in landscape mode, girl. You ran down on a girl who you know ain't really trying to fight, who you already done spent an hour and a half in the parking lot not fighting. Then you wait to pull up to a whole charity event and make your friend's moment about you. This goes to show the epitome of the narcissism of Kerrion. That this is his friend. He knew this was a charity event from the beginning. He knew this was a charity event from the motherfucking beginning. A charity event. Your friend's event. You had time to stump a nigga in for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Cause I can only imagine how long that parking lot scene was, bitch. Cause y'all know these scenes be hella long, girl. Producers be trying to get all they can get out of each motherfucking scene, child. That shit was so long that the reason we didn't see Milan, girl, is because he had done went and checked into a Motel 6, took a nap, girl. He had time to wash his face, come back, get in the Sprinter, and then be on the way to the goddamn fashion show. That's why we didn't even see him nowhere in the melee. So I just could not believe. And then the friend, girl. I got to question Miss Little Red Riding Hood here, girl. Miss Dark Phoenix with this motherfucking vampire in Brooklyn ass style, girl. Because, girl, it was clear to me that the thirst was real.
The haircut don't match the shoes.
Let me tell you something, a knockout. The only way I would have allowed my friend to get away with fucking up my shit like this and acting a plum, ghetto, EBTU welfare ass, hot ass, over muscled ass mess at an event that he said, girl, he done damn near had to check into urgent care just to pull this shit off. The only reason I would have allowed my friend to act a whole fool like this is if I wanted to really suck my friend's dick.
Wait,
so
Milan
is real to me because I'm just like, girl, you must be interested sexually, girl, to allow this man to tear up your whole and then ran after Milan.
Well,
like I would have let that ghetto asshole run all the way down the street, girl. Keep on running back to Atlanta, girl. Just make it safely, girl. Take the interstate. It might be a shortcut, bitch. I hope them Louis Vuittons is made for walking hoe. Like, girl, you wouldn't have seen me fly off behind that bitch.
Is Milan really 48?
Muscles make you appear younger than what you are, but no, I don't. He shouldn't be 48, but the bitch might be built like a vampire. Who knows?
Well, okay. This was my thing about Milan in that same dusty outfit. Okay, so look, my thing is Milan is claiming to be from Chicago and all about all this rah-rah and all this stuff, but it's like he doesn't do things like he's like about that. So I don't. The whole thing to me is he feels justified. He feels like he's, I guess,
he's 38.
38. Okay. Still a little too old, but he's like way too just not like it's just out of bounds for him to be trying to sneak somebody, especially at this event. Like this is, I was thinking that they were pulling up at the bad boys' crib, and this is what was happening outside of the crib, but this is like outside of the fashion show. So I was like, oh hell,
how you gonna sneak this a nigga who won't even fight you straight up?
Right.
Like that goes to show you how Milan's gangster set up. Why would you have to sneak hit a nigga who won't even fight you straight up fair and square?
Mm-hmm.
And why at the event, and like you said, why spend the whole 45-minute car ride over there, bus ride or whatever, just to go out and do this? And now Milan has like, he's fucking it up for everybody else in behind some personal shit. You know what I mean? That doesn't have to do with everybody else. It's not like he's fighting for everybody else, but I think he's so set on everybody in the house being having to accept him because, oh, I'm reality star, oh, I have more experience in this than y'all do, I know what to do and all this shit. And like, yeah, sure, the camera time and all that, but you got to know what to do with the camera time. Like, you can have all the camera time in the world, but even just from this situation, it's like I wouldn't say he's getting canceled, but a whole lot of people are changing their minds and opinions. Like, it seems like it's swaying. And then the fact of the friend actually, you know, hey, you know, I'm not gonna chase after you in these Christian Louboutins, and he's like laughing about it. And I'm like, okay, I guess that's kind of like maybe just somebody who hasn't really had too much or whatever, and now you gotta try to show off in front of the camera and all this shit. But like, I just felt like it was all not genuine. I just felt like the friend was like, yeah, it was more, even like the event, he was like, yes, it's for charity, and it's like, well, is it really? Because you're kind of letting it get ruined by somebody who's, like you said, conscious, like, I guess more so like more of a friend, or like even beyond that, I guess. And you're like, well, fuck it, like, go ahead and ruin my shit, I don't care. You know, I wouldn't let nobody do that, and I'd be pissed off too. I'll be really mad if it was like my friend or somebody that was my acquaintance, and it's like, bro, you came over and bye. I can see you stupid ass later. Like, I'm not gonna have you in my show. Fuck it up.
You come and fuck my shit up, you gonna be my host for one night only and a fine of $100.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing as well. I don't know if you caught. I forgot exactly who said it. It was either Anthony, aka Mr. Lil Gucci with the shades, or it was Darrell, aka Carmack. I don't forgot which one it was. They said that he was literally on the bus telling everybody that they need to behave. Of course, at the bowling alley, but however, also at this event, you guys must behave. And then he goes and pull that type of stuff.
Well, again, it goes back
he
to
made all that ruckus about gay boys being gay at the fucking bowling alley event, but yet he think it was appropriate to act like violent, literally act like a criminal at a whole fucking public event. Well, he criticized the gay niggas at the bowling alley event just for being fucking feminine and being turned up, but see, the rules never apply to the narcissist.
Well, let's go back to the first night at the house. When him and Anthony were all about the whole, you're not about to attack homosexuals, you're not gonna gang up on the homosexuals in the house, that's not gonna happen, we're gonna beat y'all's ass, all this shit. And it's like, again, I keep going back to Milan trying to be the head of the house, trying to be like the model reality star, bad boy or whatever, and I feel like he's failing at it, and it's really cringy to watch.
I don't think I'm gonna have to disagree. I don't think he's failing at it in a sense of, like I said, his secret weapon
at it appearing authentic.
Yes. Okay.
He's trying too hard.
Yes. Yeah. Because I was gonna say, I think his secret weapon, so I'm gonna keep repeating this over and over, is that he has experience in reality TV. Which is why he knows, insert yourself, it's gonna naturally, you're gonna get more scenes. Either one, because people are gonna fuck with you, or two, people are gonna feel the way that everybody else feel, as in, why are you always making it about you? And then next thing you know, a collective starts to hate you, which also goes to the point as well, which is the reason why everybody is beefing with him on IG. So basically everything that's happening, everything's gonna be surrounded around Milan when it gets down to the reunion. So he's doing his job, as in making a show and making sure that he's doing everything. But it's all about it looks cringy.
And look at who his close friend is. He's literally pulling one out of Natalie Nunn's book, which is being famous for being the bad guy. Because you can be sensationalized for one or two reasons. either being the likable person or being the unlikable person, but both become famous. Both become famous. Just like New York from Flavor of Love.
Kenya Moore,
the villain, Natalie Nunn, the villain, Kenya Moore, Nene Leakes, whoever. Like the list goes on and on and on. The antagonist rises to the same social media equity as the so-called victim or victimized does as well. And it's just really a shame because he literally weaponized so much virtue, and it just, he made it look weak. He diluted, like, because of all the games he playing, and he only trying to be a vigilante for the sake of the spotlight. Now that the season is going on, it makes me revisit everything that he did. Even him standing up for the Olsen twins. It wasn't about really standing up for them. It was about optimizing off the moment to be seen and to be that person, to make it about you. To make it about you. Like, all these things were to put the attention rightfully on Christopher Milan. And but see, because he not really a good guy like that, because he really is messy and materialistic and attention hungry and attention starved, that's ultimately why his pendulum kept swinging. He was like, okay, I'm gonna try to be the good guy, and then he would try to use some moments to be the good guy, but ultimately he just kept showing up as a bullshitter.
I've been saying that, because the whole thing is that now this is how I knew that when he stood up for Dylan, it wasn't genuine, 100% genuine, or at least it didn't come off 100% genuine. Because even when he attacked Darrell, it came out of nowhere. It wasn't like you tried to have a conversation with Darrell about what happened, as in, yo, what you did was messed up, and then it was like a natural, as in things escalated. You literally was just sitting there talking to him, Darrell, I don't like what you did. Throw his drink, y'all fight. What? Like, you could tell that was something that, especially since you already know, once again, being on reality TV, throwing a drink, that's your cue for the security to come. Because let's just call it, I'm just going to call a spade a spade. I do believe that he got the best of Darrell, but only because of the simple fact of security jumped in.
Darrell was unprepared, and he was a shitty drunken mess by the time. Yeah, he was a shitty drunken mess. He had already been fighting all day, and he was off guard at that.
Off guard, and then but honestly, Darrell was getting getting the best of it until security came. And
because all Milan do is grab. That's all he does. See, Darrell actually swings with the intent of making contact. So he was definitely getting up with that nigga.
He's not trying to wrestle.
Yeah, he ain't trying to wrestle. Yeah, this not a sumo match at all. It ain't a sumo match for a while. Now, let's get into some of the fashions.
Outfits are terrible. I'm just
Big Bird. This bitch like edible arrangements, bitch.
That's terrible.
Hold on. Did you say that my husband looked like a box of Valentine's Day candy?
No, not box of Valentine's. The bitch like Big Bird, bitch.
Bouquet of flowers, bouquet.
Bitch, he was given a nasty piece of edible arrangements. A nasty piece of Big Bird, bitch, Angry Bird, Yellow Edition, bitch, nasty piece of goddamn Tweety Bird. It was not good. I was like, girl, and then when them fat ass boots, bitch. I said, what the fuck you finna do? You a roach or two? The fuck you finna do?
Girl, he had on literal Navy SEAL boots.
Literal, bitch, he was finna kick. Bitch.
Not even like the fashion version of military boots, but like the real life Marine boots.
With them boots, bitch, he just stuck a hole in the ground, bitch. I don't know why the hell they had his ass walking across that goddamn stage, bitch. I'm surprised he ain't fucking put a hole in that bitch. I was like, what the hell he going with that, bitch?
Y'all would have let y'all mama dress y'all up like this, please.
Yeah, when I was younger, not now.
Okay, look, Kerrion. Immediately when I think about somebody wearing a tracksuit, I look at the shoes. The shoes got to be active. It's got to match the track. You can't be wearing boots with a track. I'm sorry. You can wear boots. You can for sure wear boots with a tracksuit, but not combat fucking boots. With a guy, like, it just doesn't, it don't. And then they're like oversized Yeezy,
Yeah.
like
His
combat
his
boots.
pants would have had to be a bit more form fitting.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Boots to make sense.
I just felt like the
But you
boots.
can't have on baggy boots and the baggy sweatpants or track pants too. It just looks sloppy.
Now I will say this because I don't want people to conflate when I'm talking about when I'm saying stuff about Kerrion. Kerrion's style for me personally is a hit or a miss because he kind of gives me like an Urban Outfitters type of thing, like he gives like an urban
city trend
streetwear type of thing that goes on. But the thing is, he kind of misses at times because, like, honestly, if he probably would have put on some tennis shoes or something else, then I probably be like, okay, I can see everything coming together. But
reckless
them big ass boots, I was like, girl, what are you doing with that?
This outfit, this tracksuit, otherwise, well, even though it's an ugly ass, it's just the yellow and then the floral, I think, is what really throws it off. But like, even if it was just like a solid, yellow,
give a wallpaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Bruh.
But I would say even them oversized Balenciagas would be better than, or just like the oversized athletic shoes that Conscious hates would go perfect with that, I think, or way better than damn boots.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm feeling the tracksuit because a company just literally. Oh, hold on. Let me sit all this ass back down in the chair. Hold on,
girl.
A company girl just sent me old nasty one that kind of looked just like Kerrion.
That looks more like Versace though. You know what I'm saying?
See me old nasty.
It looks more designer like.
And baby, I'm gonna eat this when it's time. When it's time to eat, I'm a feast when I'm in it. So I was feeling it, but like the boots, and I don't know, and maybe he should have had that thing like what you call it? He should have had like it zipped up. I don't know. It was just like a lot going on.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. For me personally, I'm not like a fashion girl. That's not my area. So what I do, I get some of my fashion girls, and they come help me out. I say, okay, what about this, and plus on top of it, actually over some time, you kind of learn certain things, so it helps you out on the way. Honestly, to play it safe, bitch, I would have had Anthony dress everybody up in that bitch.
Yeah. So,
because I'm like, I most definitely would have been tapped on the shoulder, Miss Lil Prada Gucci with the shades. Hey, I need help. Can you help dress me?
But so see, even
or Curtis.
Conscious, please, can we go to Anthony, please? Because I need a.
You can't even deal. So
all the I was looking at that. I was like, come on, man. I'm not a big fashion, but like when it comes to like people like, because Kerrion was even walking like he was like, oh, this outfit's not really all that. You know what I'm saying?
He was walking like he was dragging them big ass size 16.
Yeah.
I'm like, they should have just put skates on the bottom and just had his ass slide on around the pool in them. Because
they should have had Heelys, bitch. Yeah. They should have been some Heelys.
Them damn boots were so fucking heavy that Kerrion was walking pigeon-toed, bow-legged. His legs ain't knew what the fuck to do in them dense ass boots.
I was like, yes. I said, come on, Flamingo. Yes.
Okay, Gua. On to the so it's a no. I'm gonna say it's a could be. I'm gonna go. It's a could be.
Do you want to do a number system? I give it a 2 out of 10.
A 2 is the worst.
0 is the worst. 10 being the best.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So 2. Okay. So you give it a 2. Reckless.
I'm gonna give it a 5 only because it had potential.
Yeah, I'm gonna give because he my man. I'm gonna give him a 6. I'm gonna give him a 6 because I always got to give him a little bit more than a hater would. Okay, so Reckless gave him 5. I'm gonna have to give him 6. Okay, I'm gonna have to give him the highest number. Now Anthony was looking like a motherfucking rich ass Catholic priest girl who coming to give an old nasty exorcism. But he looked like he only come to do the exorcisms for the wealthy white kids, honey. Upstairs in the master bedroom with the big Queen Elizabeth ass, like fabric and shit all over it, honey, all cuddled up with a damn demon and shit. He was giving me high fashion exorcism. What you think, Knockout, about Anthony's fashion?
Ooh, okay. All right. All right, let's break down the sunglasses because he's a sunglass person. He would have been better off with the all black LVs that he's been wearing for the past 6 episodes or so. The okay, the I guess you would call it a trench coat, kind of. Maybe, I don't know. I guess you could just say the coat, right? The coat is actually pretty swaggy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's some drip. I would put that on, but with some pants, like with some nice like black I don't know, slacks or something. The boots. Okay, like conscious. I'm gonna go back to this and say this again. This outfit is made for somebody like on your body type, not for Anthony's too big to be wearing this. I think.
Come on, Fat Shane.
Not I'm saying like he's just like a bigger guy. He's bigger than Milan. You know what I mean? So it's like.
So are you saying like on a Kerrion or a Gutta body type or on a Darrell
slimmer? He's more like.
I think he ate it.
Big body.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it
because I don't think because the coat is oversized. You wouldn't have saw anybody's real shape in the outfit to begin with because it wasn't made to necessarily give like to take on shape.
Okay, so I think what I'm trying to say is might like the outfit to me didn't fit the contours of his body, which I know for like men maybe the fashion is like different, but like it's like say if you're walking in that coat as you're walking, it's like the coat would give more to the aesthetic of your body, I feel like, because you're not as big as the coat per se. Like it's oversized.
You say that Anthony is just as oversized as a coat.
He fits the coat. So it's like you're not supposed to be fitting it. You're supposed to be oversized. I mean,
oh Lord.
You guys, this is only fat. We are the fashion police right now, okay? So some of the charges might be harsh, but in the name of fashion, honey,
I don't agree with that. I like it.
I thought they gave Anthony a nasty felony, baby.
Yeah, he most definitely gave him a
Straight
0.
Yeah, honey.
Okay. I liked it. I liked it. I think another thing too is that with this fashion show. We actually have gotten a chance to see how they dress over a period of time, especially when it came down to them going to that bowling alley event. And also keep in mind the context of the conversation, the context of the fashion show, because even when like I was seeing some people walk, they was giving like high fashion type of things. So when he came out, I was like, okay, it kind of fits. Like I didn't see nothing like, compared when Kerrion came out, I was like, well, Coda girl, what the fuck was going on? But when he came out, I was like, okay, he kind of blended with the other models and stuff. So I was here for it.
I do love the outfit. I probably would have chose another material if I was going to wear the boot because something is kind of like off about the shininess, like it's giving me like dominatrix in the boot area. But I still like the thigh high boot situation. This was a really cute kind of like a cunty ass type of outfit, rich bitch type shit. I probably would have swapped out the white glasses as well, but for the most part, yeah, I like it too. So I'm gonna give it an 8. What about you, Reckless?
I'll give it a 7.
Knockout giving it a motherfucking 2.
No, I'll give it a 5 only because it's I mean, it's one thing I guess to be wearing some shit, but then it's like if you're wearing it with confidence, then it's hard to be like, oh, it looks bad.
Okay. So he made up for it in confidence too.
Yeah, I would say like the way that but then again, I think that's with him with all his outfits. Like he's like, well, fuck it. Like he's got this mindset. Well, like whatever outfit I wear is gonna be, yeah. So it doesn't even really matter, which is a good attitude to have because I mean, there are a lot of people that wear some ugly ass shit. And okay, let's take Floyd Mayweather for example. Those boots that he's wearing, Floyd would have like some Tom Ford boots that would be like horse riding boots.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, with some like slim. I'm just saying, like, high fashion is not necessarily my cup of tea, but I do see where people, you know, get the confidence to wear it.
Well, to your point, a knockout. I just want to say this about high fashion. I don't give a fuck how high the price tag on it is. High fashion does not equate to cute or attractive or good looking fashion. So high fashion can be ugly fashion as well. It's high in ugliness,
right?
Too.
Right.
It's high in girl. What the fuck? As well. It can be high in all. It can be high in sugar, high in one of that. So I'm not a label girl. Like obviously, like I own labels and I wear all of the branded trendy shit, but I'm also like a Goodwill bitch. I'm a if it look good, I'm buying it. I don't give a damn if it's out of Dollar General. I don't give a damn where it's from. If I like it, I'm wearing it. That's how I base my purchases.
Right.
So yeah. Okay, so a 5. Little Bow Weezy. You know, in Little Bow Wow, you just don't know the way you move so fast across the floor. I know you run through my mind like all the time to the point that I just want to take you out. Knockout, what did you feel about Bow Weezy's? All it seemed that they did to this hoe is throw this goddamn denim over him.
I was gonna say, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Baby hairs down.
I think the whole battle about there weren't any outfits for the
men's.
Yeah, and the all black aesthetic kind of gets played out, and
I like it.
I mean, no, trust me. Like, if I go to if I went out to like the club today, I'm probably gonna wear all black. But the thing is like everybody's probably gonna be wearing all black. Well, not everybody, but most people. So, to me, it's like I like colors because it's just different. All black is cool. It's hard when it's every now and then, but not every single time. You know what I mean? When it comes to like men's fashion, I feel like all black is kind of like a cop out. It's like I said, it can be badass, but throwing on like an all black outfit and then just like, oh yeah, by the way, throw on this Carhartt vest, kind of like offset the all black is like, I know next is probably is Milan next?
Well, I don't even know who I put next.
Oh, okay. Well, when we do get to him again, it's the all black, which is not a bad aesthetic, but it's just like it gives too much funeral director.
Yeah.
Paul Bearer.
Oh, what about you, Reckless?
I liked it. Like I said, we have seen them go out and we have seen them dress before, which is another reason why some things, even though they may not be my taste personally, but I can be like, okay, I like that for you because we all understand how you dress and it works for you. Like literally, that's literally similar to what he wore at the bowling alley thing, because he had the little vest thing when Moolah was going back and forth with William.
That's why it was giving deja vu, Beyonce deja vu, honey.
Yeah, but I like it.
We done seen it before, girl. Like, why come to a fashion show dressing like your regular self? Like, this is opportunity for all them hoes to step out the box.
But also keep in mind too that I don't know, man. I think maybe because I'm kind of having like a change of heart when it comes down to DMV, Curtis. I'm willing to give him like a bit of a pass, but at the same time, it's his first time, so I don't know.
Well, see, look, he looks like any barber out of Philadelphia to me.
Oh Jesus, not barber.
Yeah, if I'm thinking about somebody who knows how to cut the shit out of some hair, I think about somebody that dresses like this. That's not a shot, but I'm just saying, like, he ain't lying. The outfit just doesn't. It could have been more, and like, I'm always gonna go back to Russell Westbrook. Imagine Russell Westbrook walking in a fashion show. He's not wearing all black, and I mean, if he is, it's gonna be like some all black, like crazy.
Let's not go down that aisle, because keep in mind they're emasculating the black man.
Yeah, but look.
There ain't no such thing as emasculating.
Russell Westbrook is, I would say, destroying that stigma, because he will straight up walk into the NBA arena with a vest on, with no shirt under, and some bell bottoms on.
And guess who was his predecessor?
Who?
What's the guy name from the 90s? The NBA player. All the Pearsons.
Oh, Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman set that. Dennis Rodman like should be recognized as the Madonna of the athletic world because he like just destroyed all that shit, like all them social constructs. Dennis Rodman like just went ballistic on the culture, and I fucking lived for it.
But
you're right, like, that's how you do it. So it's just like, why come walking down a runway and your regular smegular girl like this came out of your closet? It didn't come out of the creations of heaven. Like if I'm rocking the runway, I'm coming down with the download from heaven. A download from the gods. Like it's gonna be my style, but like quantified, kind of like, you know, like it's gonna be me with the infinity stones. Like I'm going to infinity stone the outfit. Like it's gonna be like a leveled up version of me. But this was just Curtis clocking out of the post office, getting back in his fucking Mustang.
I liked it.
I mean, it was cute, but it wasn't runway qualified. It wasn't fashion show. It was cute. Everybody in the fucking audience, shit, he walking past with a fucking seated who got more fashions on than he do.
But another thing too, because I don't know if you have this like actually coming up, but I did like the fact that this was his first time and he actually enjoyed himself. So he may build upon it.
Okay, here, Conscious, real quick. Can you do you mind sharing my screen real quick? Okay. So, to me, this would be more like a fashion show-esque type of outfit. I feel like this would be more like some shit that I would want to wear. You know what I'm saying? Versus the kind of like basic black Hanes shirt with a Carhartt vest over it. Even like his shoes would be more fitting. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say because I'm here for it, but them shoes giving Wicked Witch of the West, like I'm supposed to find him up under a house.
Man, them
well, unlike Anthony's shoes, at least Iverson's shoes is just as metallic and reflective as the jacket is. Like the material match. I like the shoes actually.
Yeah, they were playing this thing. I know Roach don't stand a chance in the corner.
But how is Iverson giving more runway than Curtis, who's on the fucking runway? And maybe to Mulan's point, we could tell that they did drop the ball on the straightness. Because like Mulan's outfit was even more basic than Curtis's.
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
But I would also think too, I think it's safe to say that they also have gay men style in them as well.
Oh, easy.
For the most part.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's terrible.
Gay men styling, girl. What? Even Mulan just threw his hands up. Like, girl, what is this?
That's fucking terrible.
What is this?
Like the all black again. It's just like too basic, and then you throw on this random ass vest with the orange off whites, if they're even off whites. Oh no, hell no.
Wow,
hell no.
The vest don't even. The vest looks flat. It looks like it's not inflated with air. It looks it's wrinkled. He got on these big ass neon swirl ass shoes. He looks disappointed, disillusioned, disinterested. Yeah, it just was not given. Poor fucking Mulan. I could definitely see why he was ready to whip this fashion designer's motherfucking ass.
With the cargo pants too. That's terrible.
Yeah, it was just not given, and he knew it.
And orange with the black Halloween vibes.
I'm gonna give him a 2.5 at least for being a good sport.
That looks like a Marshall's outfit. That looks like a Ross outfit to me.
A 3, so that's really bad.
Yeah, I'll give it a 2.5.
I'll give it a 3. Yeah. Cortine Tank. Reckless.
I don't like it.
Next.
Hell no.
Kirsten knew she came to Soleil at Madison Square Garden.
Hey, look, with the same Andrew Caldwell Gucci gloves that the producers had. Okay. Baby. I don't know if I'm the only one that noticed it, but To me, brown with black already doesn't go together. It's not supposed to go together. So the brown Gucci with the black Moschino shirt, and then it's like a mix between street and I don't know. What would you call that? Because it's not street. That's not really like a street look. I don't think.
I'm gonna tell you what I don't like.
The glasses, the beard, the
Justin Bieber's
chain.
mug is giving like X-Men: The Last Stand, Wolverine. The bitch looks like Wolverine from the neck up. But he's dressed like a 13-year-old Avril Lavigne fan from the neck down.
That whole look like goddamn Texas Ranger by the face.
This whole outfit right here is giving early 2000s Ashley Simpson, like NSYNC, like
boy band,
yeah, like Teeny Bopper, but he looks like he is 47 strong in the face. So it's throwing off this teddy bear, like the beard is too Santa Clausy for the teddy bear. It's like it's off. The imagery is off, and like you said, it's also too much, girl. You got on some red, white, and black Nikes with a brown and white and black shirt with the brown Gucci gloves. So you done mix two brands. How you got on Gucci
with Moschino, and then
Moschino and with Nikes? Like what?
With Nikes.
The fuck?
High fashion with Nikes.
He looks like the closet whipped this bitch's ass.
And you know the thing,
fuck it all over Ocean Twin.
What is it about that?
Wait. And you know the thing that was so funny to me is that he was in his confessional giving it up to my. Now this is my element.
He knew he ate it, girl. He knew he devoured. He just knew he ate it. He ate it up. He knew it. Like, yeah, girl, I fucked that shit up.
This is how any hype beast, any 15-year-old hype beast dress anyway. And then on top of that, what is it with people wearing designer with Nikes or Pumas, which I'm not saying you can't, but it's tacky. It's extremely tacky, and it seems like
you got to actually pull it off if you're gonna do that. It can't be like kinda, sorta. Like you got to pull it all the way off if you're gonna do that hybrid blending. Because to your point, knockout, it usually doesn't work out.
No, wearing a $300 shirt with $100 shoes and then $1,200 pants. There's this guy on YouTube, like his channel is based off of going around to people and like, okay, well, how much is your outfit? And people will just be wearing the most not something like this, just because, oh yeah, shirt's $500, shoes $1,000, pants $1,200, gloves $400, like just so the outfit will be like 12 grand, 10 grand, or some stupid shit like that, and it doesn't match, it doesn't look good.
I don't know. I think like when it gets to like the big giant brands like a Gucci and all the other stuff, I never really been into that type of stuff. I don't know, maybe because I'm just not used to buying that type of stuff. I have bought it in the past, but that's not really my thing. I'm more into I think maybe because my style is more of like active wear and stuff like that. So I'm into Nike.
Like when you a hoe, you got to be in all gym clothes for active wear, shit that can be bent, stretched, that can endure fire, girl. Like, what that?
Just in case you got to run.
Fuck both of y'all. But anyway, look, that's the whole thing behind it. Like so a lot of times they be like, my shit's like $9,000. I'll be like, girl, like, especially like when they be wearing stuff and it's not like they just literally do it for the name and I guess the name and also the look, and the look don't be looking all the way good, as in like everything that Kanye be having. I'd be like, this is literally cloth. Why do you guys have this?
Oh, well,
literally.
Not to bring up another show, but Jocelyn's Cabaret, I had just watched an episode of that, right? Mm-hmm. And it was like, I mean, these are dancers, these are strippers or whatever, but it seemed like for them, fashion meant how much money did you spend on it. It doesn't necessarily mean how does it look, because you could get a Louis Vuitton bag and then go get a Michael's Kors bag and then they're both bags, but I guess it's more of like, oh, when people look at me, I want them to see that I have this big ass Louis Vuitton bag, and it's because it costs this much or whatever, even though it might be fake. As long as it looks like it or resembles it, it's cool. So I think that's where like the world of replica designers coming from, or like replica, which would other words be like fugazi or just fake. But you know, people are calling it replica and wearing it because why am I gonna pay full price for something that looks exactly the same? The material feels the same, but it may not be the whole thing, the real thing, but it looks close enough, you know.
Yeah.
And
imposter fashion.
and yeah, and I feel like even with this, like just wearing like honestly, I'm not gonna go pick up a shirt with a teddy bear on it just because it says Moschino on it or whatever. Like, nah. Or just because it says Gucci on it, I'm gonna be wearing a Gucci teddy bear on my shirt. Nah, I'm Gucci.
And then have the nerve to have the shirt on the teddy bear come from Amazon.
Yeah, see, to me that's just crazy.
It's a no for me.
Yeah, that's complete no.
I do like the shades. I love me some oversized eyewear. Like I love exaggerative eyewear, like shields, aviators. Like I love all of that good thing.
Now I'm not here for it. This bitch look like a goddamn high schooler by the shoes, a skateboarder by the goddamn fucking pants. This bitch like a fucking rock star by the vest. Bitch look homeless by the goddamn hands, bitch. Bitch look by the face. This bitch like he's a Texas Ranger, and all together he look like he's going to his 13th birthday party. Like what the fuck going on, bitch? Like I'm supposed to see this bitch in Chuck E. Cheese somewhere.
Yeah, that is a crazy one.
It's true too.
Girl, no.
And speaking of
this high school
baby, she was giving me, girl, 2009 high school thought. Like I actually like it. It actually reminds me of like the late 90s, 2000s, like the puffy mace kind of shiny shimmery wear. Like I love that. I love the crop top. I love the color, and I love the braids. I love old nasty bitch of anything. I love other bitches.
I liked it. But I also like the fact that he left the jacket off his shoulder, so it gave a certain look. I was here for it, but the bitch always dressed like a high school hoe. I was like, damn, bitch, am I supposed to see this bitch by the portables getting dug out in the dugout, bitch? But I'm here for it. I live for it. But also, once again, let's go back to what I was saying earlier. We've seen them dress before, and I think also because I know more about Gutter than typically the rest, so I know how he dressed, and I'm like, okay, that fits you and your personality. I can vibe with that. Now, if I would have saw the exact same thing on someone like Twilight or somebody else, I'd be like, girl. But
I actually would like to see this on other people so I can see.
No,
but you know, some people's style is so them that it can't be duplicated. Because people say that about my style. They're like, bitch, only you can do what you do, which I'm so glad about it, girl. Because even if another whole tried, they would look a hot, toe up, shitty, imitated ass Missy Elliott mess.
Not Missy Elliott.
I was actually about to say, I was watching Trina, one of Trina's music videos the other day. Don't ask me why. And
why?
Conscious knows Trina is my like top like dream. Okay, but anyway, we're not talking about that. Okay, we're talking about
Trina is the one. Her music enlightened me to the fact that I'm a bad bitch too. Trina, so she was like the second Messiah to me.
Trina made me a freak.
Who was the first Messiah?
Jesus, of course. Black.
You know. But yeah,
Trina. I thought you were talking about rap wise, but okay.
No.
Trina and pretty much any like female rapper from the 90s.
Look him.
I think had had an outfit like this besides the Nikes. They're probably wearing high heels. You know what I'm saying? With their outfit, but even the way like the pants, like the way that they're I don't think it's like crimped, but just the way that they are, the way that they fit and everything, just it looks like a 90s, and even the jacket kind of being, like you said, like hanging off the shoulders for one, and then it being kind of like puffy a little bit, but not like too overly puffy. kind of it really does give the 90s look. It's just the shoes. I was about to ask, who the fuck are they getting the outfits from design, like from people that are bringing the outfits in, or is it their stuff?
No, okay, so from basically what Mula was saying is that when a gang came in, everything wasn't put together. Everything was all over the place. Literally, they had to dress themselves. As
Oh, they just
in,
have to pick up
they
what,
were only given, yes. So they were only given certain things. So they just had to make it work. That's basically.
So we're really seeing who can dress and who can't. Really?
Yes.
But my thing about it is, who do these fashions belong to? Like, is it the guy who's putting on the show, or well, obviously, like, these are not his designs because you got Machino, you got Nike. So
Right.
I don't get what was the point of the fashion show. People used to put on fashion shows to show off their personal designs.
Just well, that's what I thought as well. Like when they talk about these high-end fashion shows, like, yeah, it's the big brands showing their latest products or whatever, but that's why I was asking, like, what are they? They're just literally just walking, I guess, just for the fact of walking the runway or whatever. But I mean, it's not I don't think it's a bad idea. I'm just saying, like, as far as the outfits, I would have went a different way, and like I would have definitely like threw some shit on, like some different colors, and just, you know, been more lively about it, because it seems like what three out of the 5 that we looked at were all black. So yeah,
I think because black is just more safer. For one, it makes you look more slim compared to other colors. As in, like, if you a big bitch and you wearing yellow, bitch, it's gonna be easier to be seen compared to if you having black. It may actually, I guess, smooth this.
They was wearing black, but they was putting black on all bitches who skinny. Like, all them hoes. I mean, everybody in the house has like a slender.
except for Anthony.
Like, Anthony and Christopher are big body assholes. But even Anthony has a really nice shape. Like, when I was looking at him, matter of fact,
he does.
We'll get to that.
He does. I don't know.
Kerrion.
No. Pants are hard. I'm not gonna lie. The pants are actually pretty fucking hard. The pants are cool. The vest without the shirt, if you would have wore like a white long sleeve under it, fuck yeah.
What shoes are those?
Them fucking orthopedics again.
Yeah. The ones that I was talking about. That, see, Kerrion should have wore these with his outfit, and they should have switched shoes.
I agree.
It would have been better.
This is what's funny about Darrell's outfit, is that he's literally dressed like his little sister. He's dressed like his young sister. He's dressed like his own sister from the waist up, and dressed like his own brother from the waist, like from the waist up. He's dressed like his own brother, and from the waist down, he's dressed like his own sister. The pants are literally feminine, and the vest is literally masculine. He looks like his own siblings. Like,
y'all think so? The first thing I thought when I seen him, I thought, for one, it's my first time seeing the shoes. But when I looked at him, I thought he was gonna like go milk a cow or something, bitch. He like he belongs in the barn or farm or something. Milk a cow.
Farmer.
Because it was giving me vest type of thing, like moo. Like, it was giving me
overalls,
that.
it was giving you overalls?
Yeah, it was giving me overalls. So I was like, okay. Like, but don't get me wrong, I liked it here and there, but however, it was like giving me.
Reckless.
Your audio is messing up. Reckless.
You skipping Reckless? Yeah.
You hear me? Can you?
Conscious, you muted yourself again. Oh no.
Oh,
there you go.
I don't know how to mute everybody else no more. I don't know what's going on with me.
I can tell you the camera is A1.
Who?
You.
Oh, what camera?
Your camera.
Guess what camera this is?
Is it the webcam?
The built-in.
I see. I knew it. Yeah.
But it's given?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For sure.
Now, see, don't talk that shit to me, because I'm already like I will make folk eat this camera quality for the rest of my YouTube life. And you gonna tell me it look good? I'm like, all right, then.
I think I can see a difference. I mean, I can. You know.
What do you think about this look then? great in fashions. Honest criticism.
Hard. I think. Okay. Again, all black. I think it looks good if you have like clean, nice fitting black clothes on. But like just like the way, because the way I'm criticizing Kurt is the like Hanes quality t-shirt and then the just random vest. But I feel like if you can wear your clothes, like get your clothes to where they fit nice and to where it's like you look comfortable and it's like, damn, I want to put that on. That's when it's clean to me. So like, yeah.
So what do you think the hair is given?
I dig bangs. I think I have a wig with bangs. I was about to put mine on.
Yeah,
Like,
you do. You a bang kid too.
Yeah, I do the bangs.
Your audio
Reckless.
and shit was fucking up real bad, Reckless.
Me?
Yeah, like it was all like fucked up and choppy. That's why.
Well, am I good now?
Yeah, you good now.
Okay, because my computer started messing up, girl.
Yeah, but you were saying before.
Oh, I said he was giving me bell bottoms. Okay, so he was giving me like he was gonna go milk a cow or something. I was not here for it.
Ooh.
But however, at the same time, I liked it. But then by the bell bottoms, he was giving me like 70s type of gig. So it was a lot going on for me personally. I was like,
it was a lot going on. So on a scale from 1 to 2, I mean 1 to 2, girl. 1 to 10, Reckless.
I'm gonna give that a 4. That's even too much. I'm giving like a 2. I didn't like it. I liked it in a sense, but I didn't like it. I think because probably the vest, I kind of liked the top half, but I ain't really like everything else.
I give him a 3 for having the audacity to come out without a shirt on under the vest, as if he's got a body to be doing that. But
yeah, the outfit it's not outfitting. It's more of an infit. Like I'm glad that they are in an enclosure with this on. But because it actually looks like him, like kind of how we were saying how Gutta is kind of like he dresses like his personality. This to me does look like Darrell because it's like mask and film, and Darrell gives me mask and film. So I like that it looks like a Darrell outfit. So I'm gonna give him a 5 for it at least looking like it is him, even though he could do much better. Last but not least, girl.
Oh, that's how you know he's short. You could tell.
So apparently, somebody had commented on our last review and said that Knockout and Reckless need to shut the fuck up about Christopher Milan height because he's actually like 6'5", 1,200 miles tall. But we haven't verified and clarified our fact found those things to be true as of yet. But
he looks tiny in this picture.
he does. I think it's because he's so muscled. I don't think that muscled people look tall anyway. Like they all look kind of like stout and smush because the muscles just bring it all in. But he looks like expensive Tupperware.
Yeah,
to me.
aluminum foil.
I actually like this look. I like the look. I wish he would have had. I don't know if the jacket is meant to fit kind of off the shoulders in this way, but I kind of wish that he would have put the vest like in so I could really see. Because the thing about like the reason why Milan got to be careful with fashion is because like it's like we know you have a body, okay? It's just like, and sometimes the fashion can take kind of a second seat when you're making it about your body instead of making it about the clothes and how they actually can look on your body. So I felt like, I just wanted to see more of the outfit, but because we've already seen us sitting right in front of Justin Bieber on the bed. I mean, we done seen all that can be seen. So, I don't know. I never see fashion when people like to be
Use your
half
body.
naked. Yeah, that's exactly because it's like you are rocking your body, and your body just happens to be wearing clothes. You know,
A little
but
bit. Yeah.
your thoughts, knockout.
Okay, I was about to say, well, okay, look. I'm trying not to go in on Milan, and I'm not trying to sound like a hater, but Milan is not even built like that to be trying to show off his body like that. If you ask me, and for two, this thing about I'm a oil up just my chest and my torso and not my arms and shit that are also exposed is really strange to me. The pants, like, I guess that's the way you would want pants to fit, but the color's wrong. Just everything about it is just weird. And then again, the jacket fits real strange to your point, Conscious. Like when he's standing there, it's like the what's supposed to go around your neck is literally up to his head. So it looks like a vampire cloak almost, like if he was gonna close it. But then that's why I go back to him being 5'1". And then the shoe, what kind of shoes does he have on? White shoes? Nah, it doesn't go. Nah, just none of it.
Yeah.
None of it went.
I would have thrown some blacks. I don't know.
And then the chain, the fake ass chain. Go get rid of that chain, bro. Or get a new one.
Mr. T.
$60,000. Yeah, okay, whatever. Get another one, please.
6,700.
670. But yeah, he put it on layaway for 10% down.
He brought somebody else's $67,000 chain. That was
the fact though, like, Conscious, that's my thing about money. When people talk about money, like, oh yeah, well I have this watch, it costs $20,000. It's like, okay, so is that your only fucking watch?
Yeah,
or
it is.
Yeah, like I would rather have multiple than just have this one that I have to wear all the time just because I spent so much money on it and I broke the bank for it. So I think when I look at Milan, I think of somebody who's trying extremely hard to be somebody he's not. And just this fashion show, I know I'm looking into it pretty damn deep, but I think this picture, especially this picture, Conscious, like this screenshot embodies everything that Milan is, and that's this hyper self-inflated just kind of like,
you better get your psychoanalyst on, knockout.
He's a narcissist to the nth degree. Like it's crazy to me. Wow. I just don't. The guy is just.
You're correct.
He's off-putting.
You're so correct. Wow.
You know.
That was epic. Psychoanalyst.
But I mean, you can tell though, like he's absolutely just up his own ass, and it's like, for what reason? I can't understand.
For you to make the correlation with the outfit, like you are so right. The outfit literally looks like Milan's ego.
Yeah,
like if his ego looked like a thing, if it was a material thing, that's what it would look like. Bubbled, overinflated, like
don't fit,
shiny, shimmery attention, like getting you said don't fit, falling all out, like no contour, just overbearing, like overwhelming. You are fucking right about it. Wow. Anything else before we move on from the man on the moon?
That changes.
I like it. I like it because it matches his personality. Once again, we already see how all of them dress and what all of their personality types, or at least we have a glimpse of the personality types. Because let's be quite clear, we don't know them like for real. We have multiple faces. We don't know the faces that we get a chance to see. So based on what I see, I do like it because it does match his personality. Of course, when we know that he's going to show up, he's going to show his body. If I had a body like that, or I had anything similar, I would show it off too, or at least have something tight that at least complement the body. That's really the purpose of also having fashion, is to complement you. Now, however, he may have different tactics to complement him, but the purpose of fashion is to complement yourself as well. But however, I do want to respond back to that bitch that decided to say that we need to shut the fuck up. Bitch, first and foremost, when I said what I said last goddamn at least a week or two ago, bitch, I said, oh damn, I got up close, bitch. I said that, bitch. I heard he was 5'5". That's what people have said, bitch. Do it look like I fucking know him in person? So why the fuck you giving me so goddamn much, bitch? That's it.
Yeah, girl, I hope that wasn't a conscious crew member and that was just some straggler.
Well, no, what? Even if that's a conscious, no, but even if that's a conscious crew member, last time I checked, I don't tell none of your conscious crew members to shut the fuck up.
I don't know who. I think it was a straggler because I had to cuss a straggler out on one of them reviews in the comment section too. But,
oh yeah, that shit was funny.
Anywho, no, it was another one. I didn't tell you about the other one I was telling you about. So Milan, we already done covered. Like he pouty face, but I think that's justifiable. Like the show was disorganized, girl. Christopher Milan had done all this goddamn solar paneling. He had done absorbed, had done suction the goddamn electricity out of the goddamn set, girl. So power hat went down, girl. But I don't know why they just couldn't set this bitch up like on a balcony, girl. He could have been a artificial sun, girl. Like it looked like he had enough shit beaming off his ass to definitely keep the party lit temporarily, girl. An old nasty piece of alternative energy. What you call generator, girl? Looking like an old nasty piece of alternative energy producing generator. So
come on, solar power.
I was pressed. Like, and then I think him and Curtis was complaining about, girl, these niggas ain't bring no clippers in. Like, our hairlines are crooked, girl. Like, my mustache ain't tapered, girl. Like, all these niggas gave me the wear is fucking shoestring. Like, that's the only thing that's different about my outfit, girl. Like, did y'all feel like he was pouting and being ungrateful and unprofessional and should have shut the fuck up? Or do y'all feel like he had girl, look at just how sad. Oh, I feel bad. Look, I mean, Milan is really fucked up over the child.
He looks like an overgrown ass kid with a beard.
Doing a whole tantrum.
Yeah,
I feel bad. I just want to pinch his little cheeks. Like, it's gonna be okay. Nah, it's gonna be okay.
I think honestly, okay, so I'm gonna be fair, because everybody know I give Gatekeeper the blues, but I will say this: I think it was justifiable only because of the simple fact of if we keep in context of of how all the situations went. First off, we've been in the studio all day, because keep in mind, Milan has been chilling this whole day. We've been in the studio all day. These hoes been fighting and arguing all goddamn day. I done did my verse or whatever. We almost lost the song. Then not only that, they over here arguing in the parking lot. Then we get on the bus. We got Milan over here talking about some, oh, I'm cool. But let's be very clear. We all understand he not cool because he was over there stretching in the car. Then as soon as we get out there to the fashion show, he goes and attacks one of our members. And even Milan said that even when they was going to the red carpet, he was like, I don't even want to do this no more because y'all did all that. Y'all kind of fucked up my mood. Blah, blah, blah. And then when he gets inside, we already got the clothes. We got the clothes. Everything's last minute. It's all bunched up. The clothes not fitting his style. So even if he was excited, it's like, damn, how the fuck I'm supposed to express? Because keep in mind too, we all got to dress ourselves. They at least they had the impression that they was gonna have people dress them. Then on top of that, I ain't got no haircut. Things not going right. And then the lights go out. Girl, he was like over it. He was over it.
Well, you know what? This is exactly how we felt the first 3 episodes with his homophobia, girl. It took up way too much space. It was way too much inconveniencing, girl. This is how much space his toxic masculinity was taking up, girl. That's how much of a headache and how much of a damn obstacle course it was. So righteous karma returned in full, baby. Nah. They get back to the house. Christopher Milan is still pressed. He done wasted half the night fighting with Kerrion in the studio. The other half of the night fighting with the motherfucker in the parking lot. The other half of the night, ruminating and fantasizing about his ass in the Sprinter on the way to the fashion show. The other half of the night, beating his ass outside the fashion show just to get motherfucking home, wake up the next morning, girl, and still be pressed and frizzy-headed, girl. I don't understand how mad you can be. Now I'm starting to believe that Kerrion might have been on to something, girl. I think that Christopher clearly is got some extra feelings, because at this point, girl, you're supposed to have gotten it all out, girl. I mean, like, I don't understand what's left of the Fifis, girl. What's left other than horniness and hormones? Because that's all that this can be about at its baseline. What did y'all think about Christopher Milan still needing to be fucking counseled about this Kerrion Franklin situation, and nobody's still checking his ass? Like Milan did not hold Milan accountable.
You really thought he was gonna hold Milan accountable? He doesn't like Kerrion. But another thing too is that this shit was funny as fuck to me. Reason why it was funny because the way that Milan was leaning back in that chair, I was like, "Is this bitch a therapist, bitch?" And then plus he was like having Milan go through like a whole bunch of questions. But here's my thing with Milan. I'm gonna keep repeating it. The thing is that he's only telling his perspective. And the thing with the difference between his perspective is that he's not starting from the beginning. He's starting from the middle. Like I said, exactly. But here's the thing as well is that now he probably doesn't know it. Now the thing about it is that when the lights, once again, let's go to time capsule. Let's go all the way back. When the lights cut out, the first thing Milan did, because he was frustrated, is, "Oh my God, what's going on now?" First off, it's not your fashion show, so I don't know why you're even upset. But however, when that moment right there, even though it was such a small, subtle moment, it kind of brought a thought to my head, and also about dominating scenes. But at the same time, it brought a thought to my head is that when certain people get frustrated, their tone and the way that they talk, they're not aware of it. Which is why that when we go back even further back, when the producer left and he's becoming frantic because they're trying to save the song because they don't want all their hard work to get erased, and he's like under pressure. Now that's the reason why, even though yes, you had legitimate reason why you felt a certain way, and you felt a certain way about someone that wasn't 100% sure about how to save the song and can possibly lose all you guys' hard work. And you was really trying, you were just about racing against the clock. But the thing is, since he was under a lot of pressure, he was talking crazy and didn't realize it, as in, "What you mean we're gonna have he don't know what he's doing. He don't," and so he didn't realize the way it was coming off. But another issue that I have, and what annoys me, is when people who, when it comes to the situations and altercations, it kind of annoys me when people who don't notice the verbal and non-verbals that actually happen within an altercation and situation, but however have the most to say. It's like, bitch, you only translated probably like 30% of that. And the rest is like non-verbals, that like the passive and the gaslighting that happened, that completely went over your head. And so that, like Milan, you was only getting half of that, right? Because yes, you were right. He was trying to save the music, but however, no one noticed the way that he was talking because he was under a lot of pressure racing against the clock. That's the issue. That's it.
The knockout.
I'm gonna go back to Milan is he's a big old B word. All right. And I don't care how much he tries to justify his position or explain away why he is or who he is or why he does it. I don't care, bro. Milan will forever always be the top narcissist of this show. Like the to me, the worst one of this show. He's trying to be the star, but going back to what y'all were saying earlier, you can be the star and be the shitty star or be the good star. There's not necessarily a discrepancy on like what the star is. You could, you don't have to be the good guy. And I think Milan is like, from his experience, he knows that. So for me, it's like I'm over the dude. I don't even care what the fuck he has to say or whatever he has to try to justify. I just can't. I can't get with it. And then plus, I can't get with these outfits. Where the hell are you getting these puffy jackets from, and why are you wearing them in LA?
He has on a puffy jacket and tights.
And in tights with the Nike socks on with Yeezys. Come on, dog. And you can't do it. And I understand you're just chilling in the house, but even Mula looks more like, you know, he got ready for the day and he cared about his outfit and shit. Like it's basic, but it's nice versus the doing too much.
Maybe it was leg day.
Maybe, but those are tights. They're not even like joggers. Those are straight up tights.
No, these are the tights. Yes, like with the Crocs and the Nike socks, and the little and the schoolgirl pose with the feet. Like, oh, like look at how innocent this foot is. I'm just so innocent.
Yeah,
I'm just so innocent. Look at what the toe giving, girl. It is giving innocence, giving virgin foot. Virgin. I'm such a virgin. Feel sorry for me. Oh, poor narcissistic Milan. Yeah, I like I think that Damon is on to something. Like Milan just knows how to get that. He knows how to get that camera time. So he just dragging it all out because cameras are just going to be there for that content. Which leads us to the final scene, which is this. Oh, not the final scene, but the scene before the final scene, which is, first of all, you got this poolside conversation. And here it is, Anthony being a fake ass, Buffy, the body ass bitch. And he's over it. He's disgruntled. Kerrion is, I don't know what Kerrion is doing, and Darrell is doing, and they're just here talking about what happened. And everybody is in unanimous agreement that that he should not have ran down on Mr. Kerrion at the motherfucking fashion show. That then leads to a house meeting. Okay, now Anthony whole energy, and I'm glad that Kerrion said it on the show because I'm just like, girl, is it just me? Because Anthony is giving very much so like confessional this, but in your face that. And so when even Kerrion was just like, look, Anthony being a fake ass bitch, I already know how these niggas get down. It's me against the house. It is what it is. What are y'all thoughts about Anthony at this point?
I think Anthony needs to leave the house.
Oh.
That's a bit extreme.
No, but I'm just saying, like, because Anthony, I think, okay, this is my honest guess. I think Anthony is going to end up leaving because of a situation that he is not going to be able to control. And I think Anthony wants to just be in control of everything. And I think that's why I have like such disdain for him and Milan, is because they just both want to have total control over everything. And
he's just not as bold as Milan to actually take it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the other thing about Anthony that's like the biggest difference between him and Milan is that he's not going to fight unless like it absolutely is going to like bring itself to him. He's not confrontational in that fact. He will throw a drink at somebody from across the table, but that's not the same. That's not what I'm talking about.
He will beg for Natalie to make sure that security does not leave for the night so that these niggas don't retaliate.
See, and so far we haven't seen him in any other altercation. So my thing is Anthony has too big of a mouth and too big of an ego to not get into a situation. I think that's going to be more like a William or Diva Girl type, or Diva Girl number 2 type of situation.
Correct.
I don't know.
I don't see it happening though.
No, I mean I know it's a long shot, but to me, I just feel like Anthony is not that bitch per se.
If he if he had a bit more testosterone, if he had a bit more like that divine masculine in him, because he got the desire and he got the swag, and probably is like doing really well for himself, like at his age, with being a business owner, obviously doing a reality show, getting notoriety. Like he got the makings of really being that girl. Like he could, like what Milan trying to be is what Christopher actually has, but he's not confident in it because Milan's pretend I'm that bitch is making Anthony rethink the fact that he is actually that bitch and he don't got to bow down to Milan, but he's allowing himself to because he's probably just a pussy hoe too, who's just not really used to confrontation and aggression, and he know these is fighting hoes, and he know he ain't really about that life. But once again, he's another one that, like, to knock out's point, be trying to be just be your rich bitch chef. So, you know, don't be cross. See, they be cross blending their personalities the way that they be cross blending these goddamn fashions, Fila shirt, Nike shoes, like Mitch Mackin it up and down. So I was rooting for Anthony, but I already know he is like weak sauce. But go ahead, Reckless.
I was gonna say I don't see that happening. Only because of the simple fact of well, as in like him actually leaving the house or whatever. Only because of the simple fact of, you know, I actually be watching like the IG lives and the interviews and stuff. Him and Jonathan are really, really cool. And so honestly, if Jonathan's gonna be in the house and Rio's gonna be in the house, I don't see him getting, or at least being in a situation to be kicked out the house or feel like he has to leave, because he's really in a good standing with, I would say, everybody except probably like Milan. But even at the same time, Milan doesn't know it. So even if that is the case, he's kind of still in the good standing with everybody. So I don't see him having to feel like he has to go. With Anthony, I just want him to be more vocal, or at least show that. At least we'll see that on Zeus, because keep in mind, a lot of stuff that happens on the show we don't even see. Like, to my knowledge, I think it's like 12 episodes. That's like 12 hours. That's barely a full filming day. So I understand there's a lot of stuff that we're not going to see, but I just hope that we actually get the opportunity to see, or at least, you know, say in his IG live interview of some of the other things, because I actually did learn some things as in watching his IG lives, of hearing some of the behind the scenes stuff that actually did go on and what he actually said. He said this, he said that. But I just wish we actually get the opportunity to see that. But however, when you join a reality TV show, you give them the creative right to control how you look. So it is what it is. So because even though we see him saying this stuff about Milan, his this, that, and third, who's to say that he never had that conversation with Milan? So I don't know.
It's just not giving that to me. I don't know. And you know what? I mean, because it's not just about him saying it. It would be also based upon the way he said it. Like, if you was just like being really like key about it, I don't consider that you checking Milan. If Milan didn't know that you was really being serious and being passionate about what you were saying, and you kind of wrapped it up in a real safe way for Milan's ego, you didn't really check Milan. So maybe technically he can say that, yes, I said certain things, but that also comes down to the way you said, the way you delivered what you said is what I'm gonna. It's a lot of information just in the way that you deliver whatever you claim you said. Last but not least, girl,
his ass cheek all out.
Kerrion asshole out. He can't take it, but he still do all that, girl. He damn near come out his drawers only still to pretend to want to hit Milan.
Yeah, no.
Only still to pretend to want to hit Milan. He done came out his sandals, came out his drawers, only to get that close and not take the opportunity to punch this bitch's dentures to the back of his throat. What do y'all think? I can't take Kerrion anymore. I just can't.
Honestly, Kerrion missed a golden opportunity to at least, even if he didn't want to fight Milan head on, at least knock the shit out of him, so he can knock him all the way back, and the security come and jump in and soon, bop, bop, get him, bitch. Then he could have did that. I would have been satisfied. And honestly, I feel like people would have let it slide only because we all see what Milan is doing. At least the gaslighting part. Oh, bitch! I remember this. because I remember we're supposed to get to it when Milan was sitting there weaponizing that boy's mental health. So especially when he did that, we would have gave him a pat on the back, or even let it slide that he hit him and then ran off or did what he did. Because for one, we already know Kerrion's not a fighter. That's one. Two, Milan deserved it because he always gaslighted somebody. Three, bitch, he always sneaking somebody. Four, and then he's talking about the guy's mental health. So with that, since you think I'm crazy, let me act crazy for 2.5 seconds, bitch. Get your ass. So it was just a missed opportunity. But then when y'all actually do square up, he knocking you all across the goddamn street, bitch, because he got your ass off balance because the couch right behind you. So you always seem to always get the short end of the stick. So at this point, he needs to. And I'm gonna keep saying this over. Kerrion needs to swing first. That's his downfall. He's not swinging first.
No, the downfall is he don't swing at all. He don't swing first. He don't swing last. He don't swing in the middle. He just don't swing. Period. That's
but his downfall. But his downfall is usually because he don't even. He don't swing at all. But you don't swing first. You are a big dude. At least if you just ball your fist up and just go for it, put your weight into it. Something you're gonna do some damage. Same thing happened with Milan. You didn't swing first, or at least be far enough to where you can at least guard yourself. You put your head down and Milan, the same thing that happened right here, like girl, And I'm not giving Milan no type of pass because you sitting up there only doing all this only because the boy cannot fight like that. But my thing is, if that's the case, I want to see you do all of that when Jonathan gets in the house, and we already know how that's going to end up.
Knockout.
I mean, I share the same sentiments with you. Don't be trying to rah when you're not that, because in the end,
a real nigga might get up with you.
Yeah, and the thing is, even though Milan is like, I guess, really wanting to assert himself or whatever, he's not a fighter either. And I think for Kerrion, if he's like walking around in life in general, like, you know, challenging people like this and like talking shit, I can't imagine how many times he's got his ass beat or whooped.
Y'all
but
heard
maybe
Daddy said, "I will put my motherfucking foot up your motherfucking rectum." Y'all talking about Kurt Franklin?
And the thing is Kerrion is, you can tell just by the way he like his persona and everything, he's not a fighter in general. Like, he's just not that type of guy. So I think it comes from the insecurity of like having to be, or not having to be, but like wanting to fit the persona of a man, and then on top of that be like somebody who has to stay, who lives underneath his dad's reputation. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, everything goes back to Kirk. Just like you were saying, that conversation that they were having. I believe Kirk probably grew up, you know, whipping this dude's ass, but like Kerrion is not. He didn't fight back, and he might got like traumatized by his dad, maybe, and like, I don't know. But for me, I know for a fact, if I'm hopping out and I'm like finna challenge somebody to a fight or some shit, I'm fucking going crazy. And especially like if I like, it's been building up and you done already like put your hands on me, like, yeah, you better be ready to get your neck broke, get that lavalier mic wrapped around your damn neck. Like, everything's possibly to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna be, I'll be ass naked. I'll be general butt naked fighting your ass.
Butt naked. Period. So you be coming out your jaw too.
I would be coming out my jaw, but I would actually do something. I'll be leaving there with blood on me. I ain't finna be coming out my drawers for nothing.
How did y'all feel about him weaponize, like him, like bringing up Kerrion's mental health? Like,
that's fucked up.
Like,
it's another form of gaslighting, because he was already gaslighted, not telling the complete truth about what actually happened. But then you also bring up his I guess his mental stability, or where he is currently when it comes to the state of his mental capacity, whatever, as a dig. And that also lets you know a lot of things that he did was not even genuine, because you said you felt disrespected because you stuck up for him it shouldn't even be the whole thing of that you stuck up for him because you didn't stick up for him because you liked him. You stuck up for him because that's what you genuinely felt like you wanted to do. And a lot of times when Milan Cristobal speaks, he snitches on himself. And that right there, for me, lets me know that you didn't do it just because you genuinely cared. Because the whole thing is that if you genuinely cared about actually sticking up for him because that was the right thing to do, you wouldn't be talking about it right now as in, I stuck up for you. So why you blah, blah, blah? Like the whole thing is that if I'm mad at somebody, I'm not gonna bring up the whole thing about me, quote unquote, sticking up for you because at the end of the day, if my moral compass, no matter what it is, if it's going against my moral compass, I'm gonna say something about it anyway, regardless of who the person is. But a lot of times he snitch on himself. So that's the whole thing with that.
Louise.
It was something else I was gonna mention with Miss
Do y'all think
Milan.
that considering that I mean, do we know if Kerrion actually has any diagnosis? Has he said he suffers from any mental?
Well, see, this is the thing about the whole mental health thing. I don't. So even if he isn't diagnosed, just to speculate on somebody or to try to say, "Hey, you need help," or "You're bipolar," or "You're depressed," or "You're da da da," without them ever openly admitting that they have this diagnosis is just bullshit to me. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I do know that there are people that refuse to speak to a therapist or refuse to speak to a psychiatrist, refuse to get help. But I don't think it's just anybody's straight up like duty or obligation to try to diagnose you or tell you what you have or what you're suffering from. And to be completely like a 1000% honest with you, it's nobody's fucking business if you're dealing with any kind of mental diagnosis or mental illness, whatever. So I mean, if he is dealing with something, I wish him all the best, but I wouldn't go as far as to say, oh yeah, well, he exhibits this or he exhibits that, because I think nobody's really a psychologist to do that. And Milan damn sure is dealing with his own shit. So and that's what gets me is fucking people calling out somebody
Milan as a therapist.
But it's crazy how a lot of people, most of the people that will sit there and try to call people out and say, oh yeah, well, you're sick or you have this going on, are dealing with shit themselves or have way more extreme situations. Yeah, and it's like you be the one to say it, you know what I mean? So I really think that's projection coming from Milan's point of view. I think really the way that Milan's been acting, he's got some if we're gonna speculate on people, he's got some stuff that some traumas that he might need to work through that are displaying themselves in the wrong light. But
allegedly,
allegedly. But you can do that. People can do that all day with everybody else. Like, oh, you're sick, or you have this wrong with you, or you have this wrong with you, without truly ever knowing them.
All the more reason why you should stop fucking with me, since you know.
So I just realized what I was about to say. Good thing, because I almost forgot. This was a second attempt that the House failed to actually step in and possibly de-escalate the situation. Reason being is because when Darrell called the House meeting, after this I'm gonna shut up, but when Darrell called the House meeting, and keep in mind, they was just giving all their views about what happened, how everything was messed up. They didn't like him being discredited. They didn't like all of this stuff. But then when we get to the House meeting, everybody's not saying all the stuff that they was saying. They're not singing that same tune. At first, bitch was singing over here singing R&B, punk, rock, all the different types of things. Now, when we get in this meeting, everybody want to go to gospel and country. Like, bitch, y'all not saying or singing the same thing that y'all was singing before. So now, when Darrell comes in, talk about, I think it's a misunderstanding on both of you guys. I think both you guys need to apologize. Bitch, I ain't apologizing for nothing because I never agreed to apologizing outside of this goddamn conversation. So don't try to get us to apologize now. But the thing is that everybody just sits back. But I felt like if people just would have jumped in and have been like, da-da-da-da, but as kind of translated from both sides, it de-escalated it, honestly. More effectively.
To Kerrion's point, he's in that shit by himself. All them hoes on some weird shit. Milan, unfortunately, he really the scariest bitch in the house, which is why he's trying to overcompensate by fighting everybody in the house.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they are actually allowing him to run the girls and to be that guy because they won't actually stand the fuck up and break the bitchcraft that's going on in the situation. At the same time, like, I want Kerrion to stop being one of the Olsen's twins. You're not about that life, and I just want him to know that it's okay. Like, just use your words. Like, stop running up and doing all of that. And I just hate that he put himself in a position to be made into a pussy hole by a pussy hole. Like, you gave a pussy hole the opportunity to actually make you look like a pussy or hoe than that hoe is.
Should I say what I'm about to say?
Say it.
Say.
Well, considering no, I'm not gonna say that. That's gonna be too messed up. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna leave it alone. Never mind.
What?
I was about to say something about Kerrion and his anger and stuff, and the whole thing. He may not. Fuck, I'm already in it.
No, not here. Leave it alone.
Okay.
Cause that's yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like,
well, what I don't like is it's like these rollover fights. I can't stand it, girl. This, like, I'm so tired of like seeing the scene open up with a fight from like the rest of the fight, girl. Just so the fucking fight conclude, like, in the scene. Since y'all including fights in every episode any fucking way, like, it's just like, it's weird. I don't even remember how I felt about what was about to take place last week, and then we just like finishing up on the uppercuts. It's weird. Why are we finishing up on the uppercuts? Like, who starts off the episode finishing up the black eyes? I mean, it's just, I want to just give me all that trauma in one take, girl. I don't want to like walk into the scene seeing all this violent shit. Like, it's just.
I mean,
crazy.
to your point. To your point, Natalie, I know she's in conjunction with a bunch of other producers, but obviously she's the one conducting all the like the fights and the drama and shit. Well, I won't even say that, but obviously she's behind it. I think the show is brutally overproduced at this point. Like, just from the episodes that we've covered so far and the ones I've seen, it's like, I believe that if they wanted to create a storyline in behind beef, it would have made more sense to spend more time like orchestrating those rather than it being like just this random fucking fight fest. Because that's really all it is like, okay, well, y'all, the producers will say like on camera, okay, no fighting, but then put people in the same position. Just like you said, the house is sitting there and nobody's saying shit while the whole thing is transpiring. And it's just like, okay, so, what's going to happen from here? But I mean, I understand it. And maybe for the ratings, it might be cool, but I think Milan is going to fuck off his reputation or make it worse than it is, at least in terms of like how people perceive him. And then I think also that the rest of the cast members, all but Kerrion and Gutta, will be, I know it sounds crazy, but like forgotten about in a way. Like, I don't think they really made their statement more so. And I think that may be what Milan is trying to do, is make his statement or make his presence known rather than
because his 15 minutes have come so far in the between,
right.
Right. The last really that we
know
on his one season of Love and Hip Hop. So and that was years ago. So he really got to use his one opportunity to be as relevant as he can, so that he can like start the engine up again and be able to maintain continuity with other projects.
And keep in mind,
even to your point about the producers, the reason why they can overproduce is because they're also working with a bunch of thirsty motherfuckers who are willing to pussy pop and put on all the clownery shows. And when you got a bunch of willing clowns, you're gonna get overproducing because everybody with the shits, the producers, the cast, everybody with all the shits.
Right.
So you're gonna get like over dramatization.
And also keep in mind too, This is a gold mine, as in this show has people have been waiting for this show to actually
Mhm,
become a thing for
mhm.
the longest. Like even when BG7 was like 2011, like they was talking about that then. Even before then, they was talking about Bad Boys Club. So this is a big thing. Like this is the gold mine. So yes, you may be the first season, but however, let's also keep in mind Bad Girls Club, the first season. Let me know who do you remember for the first season of Bad Girls Club besides Ty, because she beat that girl up. You don't remember nobody. So yes, this is, but however, this is a gold mine. So keep in mind, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna have like an all-star season. They're gonna have something similar to probably love games, all the different types of things.
Right, right.
So yes, you're gonna have to make your mark. Which is something I said about Milan. Milan know what he's doing. He's making his mark at the end of the day.
Mhm. Well, I mean, and I mentioned earlier, you know, Jocelyn's Cabaret or whatever, same network and all that, but when I watched that show, same shit. You know, it's like they have the dancers there, and then you know, it's like a simple conversation just turns into all this fighting and shit. And I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, well, I guess what was Jocelyn really known for off of Love and Hip Hop? You know what I mean? Like, what does she do damn near every episode?
Debauchery.
So yeah, so it's like no shit that like she would be the host of a show to where it's nothing but fighting, nothing but, you know what I mean, like people throwing hands or putting hands on each other or whatever. So yeah, I'm really starting to see, but I'm also like looking at Zeus like, yeah, I think y'all are like a low tier VH1 damn near. Oh, no, but no shade, Zeus, if anybody's watching. Any producer.
Do y'all think that Zeus is going to make it to prime time? And speaking of Zeus, I'm glad that you segued into that because and somebody's making a request for you to bring your handsome ass on camera knockouts.
Oh damn.
Ooh.
Okay.
You're looking like Michelle in the middle, honey. But
Yeah.
Beyonce and kill it. Somebody had mentioned earlier in my commentary that they feel like Zeus is like completely horrendous and kind of like a lot of the similar shit that fucking Daniva was saying in his
No.
exchange with the Zeus producer, that is like degrading. It only like is basically thriving off of these like horrendous stereotypes and blah blah blah. How do y'all feel about that? Because Zeus producer made a very good point. If you go on their platform and you look at the pre-existing content before they popped off with the conversation, none of that woke shit, none of that documentary shit, none of that like, you know, content, non-salacious content, that didn't get them nowhere. It was the mess. People supporting, buying, subscribing, tuning in for better for worse. Whether you like it or love it, this is the attention that's getting your fucking. This is the content that's getting your attention. So, what do you think? Like, how do y'all feel about what that says about the public, and what do y'all think it says about like the fact that the public did not support the positive content and then talking all the shit about the negative content, and the fact that
Reckless
Zeus is profiting off of the negative content.
Reckless, let me go like real quick, real fast, because you're gonna you have more experience than I do in this area. But I would say just coming from like small tier, even like YouTuber thing, trying to produce your own show and build a audience and build a crowd and everything. I can't imagine what that's like for a big tier or even like, you know, a network like Zeus. So for sure, the producers and everything are going to for sure go with whatever is going to get them their money and get them their notoriety as a network, right? And I don't even see YouTubers stopping at a reasonable standpoint or like a logical standpoint to you know, keep their integrity or keep their reputation or whatever. Like, it seems that whatever is going to get me up to my desired level, I'm going to do that. And Zeus, you know, them again trying to get on a level, it seems like they're trying to do like a VH1 MTV reality TV type of thing. So I could definitely see them saying like, you could give a damn about how it looks to everybody or what it looks like to everybody, just as long as y'all are tuning in and watching. Give a damn. You know, and shit, that's what makes them their money. And I mean, millions of dollars sways people into you know, doing all kinds of things or accepting all kinds of things. So yeah, I mean, I get it from that aspect, but I also do think that like at some point you're still human. Like the people that you're dealing with are still human and everything. So even like when it comes down to Kerrion and his whole situation, it's like at what point do the producers start to think like, okay, this is too much, or like this is overboard, to where even Kerrion is getting like affected by like, fuck everybody else. Like, how does Kerrion really feel about the whole situation? But anyway, that's just how I'm, you know, looking at it.
I'm gonna say it's kind of be. I think one of the things, I'm trying to be careful the way I word this. I think one of the things is that sometimes we confuse what we do and what we like for the general public. Because the thing about, for me, I like the woke stuff. I like the things that's educational, but let's call a spade a spade. That's not what what the general public likes to see for the most part. Because let's keep in mind, we can go something so simple like television, because like Zeus, like what Zeus was talking about, the shows that were very woke, that was very educational, people weren't really watching like that. People were watching it, but they wasn't watching it like that. Then on top of that, when they got the conversation, when they got baddies, when they got bad boys, when they got all these different types of shows, that is what pops off. Same thing goes for when we have music. Like we talk about the female rappers and they're not lyrical and all they're doing is all this whores and all the different types of things. But yet when you have a lyricist like Chica that doesn't abide by the whore standards, like you guys like to say, people don't support those different type of rap lyricists or rhapsodies of the world. So, you know, yes, we can preach and talk about all these things, but we're also talking about on a larger scale of what everybody else like to consume. Like, yes, certain people like myself, we may like certain different type of woke type of things. But however, the difference between me and some other people is that I also like some of the ratchet and all the different types of other things. So, and plus, on top of it, something so simple like my own YouTube channel. Like I have my biggest videos talk about DL culture and DL men, and it's like giving tips and types. I have 160 something, 160 something thousand views. Now, if I sit up there and give another video on something woke, or I'm talking about something positive, patriarchy and stuff, bitch, I can probably barely get 50 views on it. So yes, I understand some people like, why don't we produce this particular type of content? But however, people are not consuming it like that. And at the end of the day, this is a business. People have to eat. So sometimes they have to do what they have to do to be able to eat.
I think
if you want it, consume it.
I think it's also something that needs to be said about, like, even with fucking Anivis, like, I get it, yeah. Like, we got a big old stereotype problem. But the deeper reality here is that we got to deal with the actual issue, because Zeus did not create the stereotype problem. There's people who have a certain type of psychology, who lives a certain kind of way, who think that it's appropriate to be a certain kind of way because of like real systemic issues of oppression and the way that the Black and brown community socioeconomic situation is set up, and bringing a lot of that like hood mentality, that trauma bonding, that trauma psychology, that defensiveness, all of that shit into the equation. So it's like, these shows, the conversation shouldn't stop at what responsibility does the network hold. It should be, girl, how do we actually also solve the issue? Why are there people really like this? Why are people selling their souls for a nickel and a dime? What is it about the addiction to, or what is it about the psychology of being somebody that you would give up your integrity and give up the way that your parents raised you and your decency just to act a plumb fucking fool for 15 minutes or what? What is the psychology of the 15 minutes? Why are so many people hungry for that? Who are most of the people who have that psychology? It happens to be Black and brown, piss poor people who in the barrel, who at a point where any opportunity out of that motherfucker, they're willing to take it. And so now we got to change. We got to destroy the fucking barrel, because it's leading to a lot of struggle. It's leading to a lot of defensive survival tactics. even with Christopher Milan, just to give him some push, it's just like, girl, he's selling sex because he knows that nobody really gets put someone for being good. Like,
Yeah,
what else am I gonna really get put on for? Like,
not
this
his
girl is
music.
not gonna put me on for my mind. They're not gonna put me on for my politics. Like, I feel like I have to conform to this material system in order to win in this material system. And I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like it's a multi-layered situation. But once again, I do understand networks and media bearing a lot of responsibility, but they're also highlighting something that's deeper, and that's actually that, like, the monsters are identifiable in these issues. Like, white patriarchal capitalism is identifiable as a variable in terms of why minority people are out here doing the fucking most, just for attention, just for love, just for a false sense of ego, or for the sake of revenue and personal capital or social media capital. All these things are ways out of the barrel. Like, and the thing that Zeus is going to have to think about is, if they don't find a way to if they don't get flexible and versatile, they're going to have a strong run, but they're going to come to their inevitable demise, just like the Love and Hip Hop brand does. Like, the view counts, the viewership for all of the Love and Hip Hop shows are down.
Piss poor.
Yeah. Just like it was for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Like, ratings are dropping. It's only but so much of a lifeline in this. So I hope that they have a plan. I hope that they have a plan with all the money they're making. I hope that this is just their, like, okay, we're going to use this to get through the door, obviously, and to leverage our business and to make hella wealth. And then we're going to be transformative, because they're going to have to, or they're going to have their run.
I think a good look for them would also be to, I guess, also try to produce something like a Real Housewives of Atlanta, like something like that, where where they're able to combat, but however it doesn't have to get physical. I think that's one of the big things that people, well, for Funky Dineva, like to say. I think that's the big issue that a lot of people have to say about Zeus, is that when they get physical compared to, I guess, a VH1 or something like that. So I think a good barrier would also try to get shows that's like they can have a reading match. They can have a reading match. They can keep it on the verbal side of things, and fighting is not so much. But however, I think that if they just slowly try to make a transition, I don't know. It's gonna have to be like an in between or a transition that happens.
I'm gonna tell you what, this is easy. If you want to save reality TV and you want to remove the violence and all of the, like, negative shit that doesn't work for the messaging that's going out to the masses, easy. Just start putting interesting people on your screens. Mm-hmm. Start actually putting the camera on interesting people. Start following the lives of people who live interesting lives. But see, I don't know whether somebody has forgot about this formula, but it's like being lost in the sauce. And now, because nobody knows what to do anymore, they're just dealing with the shock value, the shock jockiness. Okay, now it's just about, like, trying to get your attention and shocking you to the attention. All you gotta do is put interesting people with interesting lives on your television screen. Interesting people are interesting. They're interesting. Ooh. Their social dynamics are interesting. They also know other interesting people. They do interesting things. They say interesting things. They show up in interesting ways. The problem with reality TV is that they're putting aesthetically pleasing people who are willing to act a fucking fool on TV. It's now about a look, which is attractiveness, conventional attractiveness. That's why everybody got a body, everybody got a small waist, everybody got a fat ass, everybody got abs, everybody got a chiseled faces, everybody is conventionally attractive. And they hot, low vibrating, and messy. Put interesting people. Put people up there who look weird. Put the cameras on weird looking people. Weird looking fashions. Weird ideas about the world. Put authentic people, because you don't got to manufacture the drama and the interesting, you ain't got to manufacture that shit in the lives of people who are interesting. Put it on people who bend the envelope, people who are unusual. You'll get all of that natural drama by itself.
Like Andrew.
Because the world is collectively a conformist society, so you're always going to get interesting content by following the lives of unique people who have not conformed, because they're trying to gel up against a world that thinks one way while they're marching to the beat of another drum. So you get much more organic and real drama, and you also get to highlight a lot of interesting things about individuality, uniqueness, what it really is like to have free speech, free thought. Because people who kind of do their own thing, they break up all this monotony, they break up all of this conformity, and it makes for great conversation. It makes for great watch. You just got to bring interesting people back to TV. You was about to say something, I think.
I forgot.
Okay, good. Well, this is a wrap. We've been here for 2.5 hours. Are there any final thoughts that you guys want to sound off on as it relates to episode? So we got fucking 6 more episodes to go.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't even imagine what's ahead, because
Jonathan,
I feel like everything in the trailer for the most part happened already. I know, like, I already know that Jonathan's gonna happen, but it's like even before, because we already know, according to Milan, he's only on 1 episode. So what we're gonna see in this episode, that's it. Like, he's not even around after that. So I'm just like, what happens after that?
My question is, how does he know that if it hasn't aired?
Because he's filmed it. He was in the house. The show is
no, but if you've been in the house for long, how you know if he's only on 1 episode?
Because he was kicked out the next day.
Oh,
like he fought the first day, got kicked out. You know, he didn't return. So yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that.
So maybe he might be 1 episode in. Maybe we'll see him in maybe 1.5 episodes. But apparently, you know, he was in, he was out. Like, it wasn't even. Yeah, he didn't even get into war or other teams. Or other teams. And that's why he came back for Old Boy. That's in the like off air footage, because that was the fight we saw between them in the bedroom over the room, and then Gutta apparently like called Old Boy back to the house. He already knew like where the house was, because he had already been to the house, in the house, all that kind of shit. So he came back to whip ass or whatever. So we're just all that.
Okay.
And yeah, it would have been interesting to see Jonathan and Milan fight. Like, Jonathan and Milan are the ones who should have had the mutual combat.
Well, the reunion is coming up apparently, so. And I don't know if you're aware, Milan just about beefing with all of them. Like, him and Gutta were literally on IG Live going at it. Yep. Anthony, all of them.
It's the house basically versus Milan, and
Darrell and Moolah.
And I can see Natalie behind the scenes like, yes, Milan, like, because she knows how to brand being a bad girl. So I think he's literally trying to walk in her shoes and kind of, you know, take on that same path and get himself into a better position, and then he could turn around and be a Natalie today and be a boss and maybe produce his own shows and eventually be the good guy again. But if taking the bad guy route is the way in, then it seemed like Christopher is all in. Mm-hmm. All in. Hey, only one Parker TV. Are you there? Knocking out? Knocking out.
Knocking out the knockout. Yeah. No, I'm here.
Any final thoughts on the episode before we get out?
Yeah. I mean, I stick firmly to you know, shit. Milan might be going through a tough time in the reunion, but deservedly so. You know, it's like he didn't have to go about things the way he did, but he did. So, you know, I'm from Chicago. I'm from 77th and whatever the fuck. So, Yeah, you're gonna have to be that.
I can't stand when people say that. I'm from
It
this
means
place, I'm from
nothing.
that place, but you do understand there are fights that happen in that particular place you're talking about. Somebody has to get their ass whooped. So with that being said, you could possibly be the person getting their ass beat. Like
Mhm.
they be like, I'm from 53rd. Well, bitch, you just got your ass beat on 53rd, but you didn't mention that when you was talking that shit. I was
Ah,
like, girl.
yeah,
Turn your ass
that's
into
just crazy to me.
23rd Street.
Mm-hmm.
But
Period.
I do think that he made a fool of himself with the showing out at the fashion show.
Mm.
Um, I still think that Kerrion, even though he's not a fighter and all that, he still needs to stand up for himself. And I mean,
Yeah.
I'm tired of seeing him getting fucking assaulted by people and like him not doing anything or like being able to do anything, like whatever the case. Uh, it's like I only really feel bad for the guy in that way, but I also do feel like he, you know,
He needs to stand up for something. As
yeah,
you said, he's not a fighter, so he needs to stay away from all of that. But
right.
stand up for yourself.
Definitely stand up for yourself and don't get bullied by like don't let Milan fucking
Outsmart your opponent. Like if you're not a fighter, you got to beat them here.
right.
You got to beat them here. He got to use this. He don't know how to use this effectively yet against his enemies. So he's still trying to fight his enemies with the weapons that his enemies are actually good at, which is
Mhm.
the fighting shit. But that ain't working for him. So he gonna have to use his intelligence and his wittiness and use his emotional manipulation in order to
win.
get control, of the situation in the house. So he's gonna have to yield to that. But
Who carry on?
people have been speculating if he's even going to be able to be at the meeting because he's locked up and he is going to be in jail for another month before his next court hearing. So he might not even, unless they allow that bitch to have a live performance like Beyonce be doing for the BET Awards, like straight from Cancun, honey, or old
Well,
digital.
also too, I think that would be an interesting thing for the show. Just say if he doesn't get a chance to actually show and be there, I think that would be an interesting topic to talk about because you already know Milan has already been throwing shots at Kerrion as soon as he found out about the situation, and so I know at least I would hope that people would actually speak up, especially Gutter, because Gutter has been free Kerrion, free my man, and all the other stuff. So
Don't
if
put
we
too
know
much
Milan
in.
the way that we think that we do, and if we know you the way that we think that we do, if Milan says something, and plus you're already going back and forth about online stuff, then you probably would say something and stick up for him.
And nobody can help him out, Joshua. Like nobody can. Like they can't even bail him out. His situation is not even can't even be helped. This is just a situation he's gonna have to travel through legally.
Wait out.
It's no way for anybody to even help him with anything.
Somebody's
So
trifling, daddy. Oh Lord.
he's in a situation where he got to. And Larry Reed had just given that update like on yesterday, I think, about Kerrion's situation. This is just something he got to deal with. There's nothing nobody can do about it. It's not a matter of money at this point. It's not a matter of anything. They just can't do anything. He got too much shit going on in Texas. You got these charges going on in LA. It's just a lot going the fuck on. So,
but conscious that shit has to be the worst position to be in. Is like people that want to help you but they can't help you, and it's
and it's even a worse position for Kerrion to be in a helpless situation. He got to deal. He got to fucking deal, and that must fucking suck when you just gonna have to sit through this shit. Like you just gotta sit in it.
Yeah.
But it might add some constellation to the fact that at least people are trying out here. Like to at least know that somebody or somebody's were fighting for you.
Yeah.
Must probably feel good on some level to know that at least the people who cared about me tried.
And also too, it might be God's way of trying to sit you down. So it's probably just his time to sit back, reflect on his life. Like I'm pretty sure, well, at least I'm hoping, if we're looking at it from perspective of what God probably has planned, as in the way to sit you down. It's time for you to sit down, reflect on what's going on. You're gonna be okay. But however, he needs for you to pause, sit down, reflect, and probably change up and tweak up some things. So just never know.
Yeah, I had covered all of that in my I had to do like a week worth of commentary on him and gave him that spiritual ass whipping. and said that, hey, the universe is making sure that you sit down. So the best thing you can do is not think on the surface. You got to go deep with this. There's a reason why you've been sat down. So it's time to do the real work. The universe can put you in a position to be super still and to be super quiet. Now you need to listen from within. Listen from deep within self. And you were trying to say something too, Knockout, I
think. I would just say that like jail, it to me is the worst possible form of rehabilitation. Just being in the system, period. So it's and especially if you already have mental health whatever going on, being in jail is definitely not going to help that. Now, like you said, I would venture to say, for anybody that would be truly grateful for the fact of, that there are people out here trying to help you and trying to find avenues to get you out. You know what I mean? The fact that they care, that people will care enough to even want to do that, for me would probably be a big spiritual boost. But however, you're still in jail. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think for sure it should give them a lot of time to reflect, but I think jail at the same time too is not necessarily a best rehabilitation. You don't have to go to jail to think about certain things. It's gonna force you though. It's gonna force Kerrion to do things differently for sure and to think about things, but it sucks. That sucks.
And that's what I said too. It's just like when you see the universe kind of manifest stuff like this, like it's because the reality is you won't take the time to just choose to be still in this thing. So the universe has to go to the extreme and sit your ass the fuck down for you. And then you have to make it work. And what's interesting about the universe is that I've seen it completely apply tough love. Tough love. The universe don't give a fuck. Like if the universe got to sever your leg and put you in a wheelchair, it will. Like if it got to bring you to the brink of death, it will. If it got to drive you damn near to insanity, it will. If it got to scare the living fucking bejesus out of your ass, like as terrifying as that can be for us on the receiving end, as the recipients of those fucking dark night of the soul ass manifestations, it also is like the universe pleading desperately to us for transformation, whether that's transformation in our psychology, transformation in the way we perceive things, because as a practicing Buddhist, a Christian mystic encompasses my Buddhism is we understand or accept that damn near 100% of life is all psychology and mental. Your problems is a perception issue. Your solutions are a perception issue. The things you find ugly, the things you find beautiful is all happening in your perception. Does the problem really exist? Or is it the way that you're perceiving what's happening that's making it a problem? Does a breakup have to be painful? Not necessarily. Do somebody rejecting you have to be painful? Not necessarily. Does death and somebody passing away have to be traumatizing? Not per se. But depending on the way you're thinking about life, it's going to open you up to positive stimulation and negative stimulation. So being in control of your perception is everything. And Kerrion is in a situation where he's in jail, and if he can allow his ego to harp on that, like I'm in jail, and then let that, and harp on that and use it as a distraction to not try to do something more creative and useful and resourceful with the experience, which is what most people do who are in uncomfortable positions, is that they just harp on, I'm so uncomfortable. I so don't want to be in this situation. I so don't want to be in this predicament. And they won't even look for the message within the bottle because they'll make being uncomfortable their point of attraction. And then it's all about just not being uncomfortable no more. And I hope that he doesn't sit in the county jail and use focus on the discomfort, but transcend it. Like, okay, I'm here for a fucking reason. And Kerrion constantly talks about God, the Bible, his relationship to God. Obviously, him being a church boy, he's experienced some aspect of spirituality, and I hope that that's what he eventually touch bases with, and he could spend the rest of his experience in jail being equivalent to what Buddha was underneath that fucking oak tree for 40 days and 40 nights, or what Jonah was doing in the belly of the big fish in the whale. Like, you can harp on how uncomfortable you are, or you can reach for the message and reach for the data in that situation. And I hope that's what he does, because it's clear that Kerrion is filled with tremendous potential, but he's troubled, and he's walking around with the vibration of his problems active in him. He's walking around openly wounded, and the universe is trying to help him to recover, but he's completely stubborn about it, and he's in denial, probably to an extent as well. And now the universe is like having the walls closed in on him so that he can do nothing but see into himself, have an intimate experience of himself. Usually intimacy is allowing someone else to see into me. See intimacy. Now the universe is like, yeah, you need to see into you. You need to see. So I'm praying for the brother. It sucks, but if this is what it takes to save his life, it's justified. If this is what it takes to save his happiness, if this is a part of a slew of experiences that will ultimately rehabilitate and transform him and allow him to be empowered, then ultimately in the long run, this is what's best for him. Mm-hmm. But that's also heavily dependent upon what he does with these experiences, whether he allowed them to be in vain, or whether he once again be empowered. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna give an update tomorrow, matter of fact, on my platform. Yeah. I got some Megan. I also want to read the transcripts from Megan and Tory Lanez's preliminary hearing that happened like a month or two ago tomorrow as well. So I'll be loud and in color. Any final words?
Oh man, I mean, I don't want to keep going because I could keep going all night with different stuff. But
well, we might need to go live on the Knockout Media After Dark.
I was about to say I actually do owe my audience a late night show since I went to sleep last time. So, we actually, I actually might do that. So, let's, because we have some other things to talk about.
Yes, we actually do. Okay, well, before we wrap up, you guys know what I like to do. Knock out to the people where they can find you, then Reckless, and then we out of here.
Ooh, yeah, okay. Y'all can find me at KOM on my main channel. You can definitely find me at knockoutmedia.com. And really that's about it. I love being on Conscious platform. Love seeing Reckless and his goofy self and his hoish ways. No, I'm playing.
Period.
Look at CTV. Okay, no, but nah, for real, you can find me at knockoutmedia.com, and I have every avenue to contact me or whatever from there.
Reckless.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the land of Reckless Logic. Please make sure you guys pop that like button, hit the subscribe button, and please smack the notification bell so do not miss any more posts from us. So with that being said, my name is Reckless Logic. You will most definitely contact me. My social media is Reckless. Strictly Reckless. But however, that is on Instagram. But however, when it comes down to my YouTube channel, it's Reckless Logic, the name that you see up here on the screen. It is with 2 C's, not 1, because we have a different pathway. Thank you.
Period. You guys, please support my boys. They're out here producing content, getting a whole motherfucking life. Give it up for them. I want to thank my contributors, Caramel, Miss Moda, Kimberly, and my boo FB for your donations. Thank you so much. I love you guys eternally. Thank you guys for the support. You are making a bitch's dreams come all the way true, honey. Okay.
Period.
And I'm glad you're right about me. Yes, reckless.
And I do want to say thank you guys that did cash at me as well. Because just because of you guys, I have been putting more money into updating my studio, my
These girls always
background.
trying
Now,
to be like
however,
me, girl. I can't do nothing without these girls following and the great. But I ain't mad that follow me, as Paul said. If you can't follow Christ, follow me because I'm following Christ. So but I just be inspiring. Just be inspiring.
mute yourself. Mute yourself.
Okay.
All right, so I really do appreciate it.
Yes, girl. The girls just be following me, girl.
I don't want to talk no more. Thank you guys.
Wait a minute, bitch. Do you really got a fucking frozen pack of sweet peas on your jawline?
My tooth started hurting.
I don't want to hear nothing about your tooth because you ain't had no problem storing them dicks in the back jaw like that. You ain't never need no ice pack for that. Now all of a sudden you can't take.
First and foremost, I have been celibate for months now. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Well, now we know why, baby. Okay, you was clearly wilding. That's why that jawline is all fractured and everything up.
Girl, I am not no damn anaconda. Girl, bye.
Okay. Surviving Hoeing featuring Reckless. On that note, you guys, I love you guys so much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Please subscribe to Knockout. Have his notifications on because he might be coming back and giving y'all a midnight show, so y'all can catch us over on Knockout Media tonight when it's all said and done. Peace.